Time to pillage another podcast, y'all. Welcome back. You're listening to the Pillaging Podcast, the number one podcast in Raider Nation. I'm your host, Kenny Stapler, joined tonight by Che, Kane, and Bobby Wasabi. These shelter-in-place shows started out lean and mean, but the last few weeks, we've been robust and beefy, as Che likes to say. This week's no exception. Got a lot of meat on the bone as we set out to break down the entire 2020 Raiders NFL schedule and give you our way too early win-loss predictions. But who knows? May not be too early. We might be right. So grab a beer and settle in. This is going to be a hearty one for the nation. While you're here, those of you in the live chat right now, be sure to like and subscribe to the show on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that like button. Pound that like button. Stick that thumb right up your booty. That's a pirate term. That's a pirate term. And or leave a review.
It's a pirate term.
And for those of you guys listening on your phones through the podcast replay, make sure you give us a review on your podcast service of choice. It really helps us out. I appreciate you guys. Once again, thank you to everyone that's been donating. You guys have been more than generous during this shelter-in-place, the stay-at-home order. First off, I want to give a shout-out to Harry Fairclough, who says, sorry I've been off the radar for so long, guys. It's been a busy few months. Hopefully y'all make good use of this during the crazy time. Stay safe and best wishes to your family. You know we will, Harry. We really appreciate it. Shout out to Patrina Satfield, Johnny Chavez, C. John Fish. C. John Fish, bro, way too generous, brother. I wanted to just send that money right back to you, but it's going to go a long way. C. John Fish is essentially paid for 3 months of our subscription service. We appreciate you. Colin Fierce, D-Man, and Patrina Satfield again, who also has been more than generous. You guys have been overwhelmingly supportive. We can't express our humble gratitude enough. We thank you very, very, very much. If you'd like to donate to the show, head over to paypal.me/PJ4F, or via the cash icon in the YouTube chat window right now if you happen to be watching live. We appreciate that. Also, a little bit more business to take care of. Make sure you visit onenationfanwear.com for the greatest gear in the nation. A quick note from the seller. Some of you guys have been writing in that you haven't received your face masks yet. 2 things. It's a brand new item in the store, and the warehouse, the print shop right now, they're obeying the 6 feet rule. So they're really struggling to get these orders out as fast as usual, but the orders are going out. It's a touch-free production process. Your item is never touched by human hands, and if it is, it's gloved and bagged, and that's it. So they're keeping 6 feet distance at the plant. Stay patient. Orders are going out as we speak. And let me tell you, the combination of the quality and the design is well worth the wait. You can see it right here in this hat. Got my pillaging hat, just came in.
Fire.
It's even got that fresh auto sticker on it, which I'm going to take off after the show because I'm no fuck boy. I'll tell you right there, right now. I'll rock the foil stamp on my hats. No disrespect to those that do, but keep that brim clean. You know what I mean? Silver and black. With the auto sticker, it's nice. It's a very comfortable hat. Stitching is really solid. See, the letters are big and bold. I've been wearing my proudly hated hat ever since I got it, almost every single day. No fraying, no breakdown, no sweat stains, no odd creases. Fits as comfortable as the day I got it. So let's get this thing cracking, man. We're talking football with our friends, which means we've got to have some beers in the hand. Che, get it going for us, man. What are you drinking?
Chelas. Hey, listen, man. So I talked to you guys about the special order that I put in from this one site that my boy put me on. But because of this damn pandemic, shipping has been delayed like ridiculous. So I'm still waiting on these special ass beers to come in the damn mail. Luckily, though, I still had some of my my fallback beers on hand.
Always on deck.
Yeah, I always have a chela of some kind, dog. I'm not gonna not have a chela. Come on now. What do I look like, man? What do I look like? Of course I had a chela on deck. Shout out Rick James. Shout out Rick James. No, listen, man, I'm drinking that good old 805. Hey,
nice.
When all else fails, get an 18-pack of 805 and it'll hold you over. And that's exactly what the fuck I did. I got an 805. And, you know, there's not a whole lot to talk about 805. It's a pretty well-known beer. I don't feel like I need to explain the flavors. It's nice. It's like a craft Dos Equis or something along those lines. A little darker beer. Let's pour it out just to give it the effect.
It kind of what 805 reminds me of is if an IPA and an amber beer had a baby, and it was more amber than IPA. It's got a little bitter note, but not hardly at all.
That's fair.
And it's very has that caramel flavor to it. It's a nice beer.
Man. Sounds like a weird country song, dude. More amber than IPA.
It's got nice color, right? It's not looking like a Corona or even a Modelo. It's got a nice amber look to it. And what can I say? It gets the job done, man. It's refreshing, and you could throw back quite a few of these. That's why they sell them in 18 packs, yo. Go get yourself some. Shout out Firestone.
Donation just came in from Silky Slim. Appreciate you, man. For that, you get the
pillaging.
That's right. Hit you with that pillaging.
Pillaging, and a toast to you, though.
Toast to you. Delay effect coming soon on that pillaging.
Right.
Who's up next, man? I know Kane and Bobby, they got beers in hand. Kane, why don't you take it, man? What you got on deck?
I'm drinking this Dogfish Head 90-minute Imperial IPA.
There you go.
And it's really good. Here's a
Nice.
That's it. That's the one. The big hops right down the front.
Yeah, and I'll do the pour. I'll join y'all in a pour tonight.
There you go.
Dogfish only puts out hits. They've never released a whack album. I mean, every beer out of Dogfish is straight fire.
That's true. That's facts.
That's a nice color right there. It's a real nice color. Yeah.
Damn.
I like that.
Yeah.
Real nice. Nice and fresh. Nice and clean.
Does that drink like a darker beer, or is that like
it's hoppy. Okay. It's like a lighter version of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale.
Okay. With a nice dark tint.
What's the ABV on that, dog?
The ABV is 8.5%.
There you go.
There you go. Coming with the hitters. Man.
Cheers, Silky Slim, for the donation, bro.
Hell yeah! Cheers, Silky Slim. Hey,
salud, Silky.
I'm gonna have to drink 2 805s just to catch up to your one, dog. Yeah. Don't worry, I will though.
The Kane's on that 9% or up. There ain't no half stepping over there with Kaner. You got them hitters.
Now, ever since I found out about the 9%, I've been on it. I turned my head to 5.66%.
Kane joined that 9% nation, bro.
Yeah, you're part of you're turning into one of the craft beer snobs, bro.
9% nation.
I can't fuck with you.
God, Moon, and IPA. That's that 9% nation.
That's it. That's it.
And IPA, dog. Bobby, man, round us out, man. Tell us what you're drinking.
Ooh, I got something special for Amik Robertson. Kid Dynamite.
Oh yeah,
Dynamite.
That Dynamite. It's a hazy double IPA, and damn, it's pretty good for an 8.5, man. I'm not gonna lie, dude. This is nice.
Where's that out of, dog?
It's out of Sonoma Springs Brewing Company, man. And you know what? They've been putting out a lot of hits as well recently, man. A lot of the beers that I've been drinking lately has been from Sonoma Springs, man. And I seen this and I was like, yo, that's a Mick Robertson right there. Short cat, a lot of power. Bam, Kid Dynamite right there, dude. So I had to get this from him.
That was also Mike Tyson's original first fucking nickname, dog. Kid Dynamite, bro.
Damn.
It is.
No joke.
That's JJ from Good Times nickname. That's the original. That's the original Kid Dynamite right there.
Dynamite.
That's right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jimmy Walker, who we lost some time ago now, huh?
Oh shit! Speaking of,
I didn't know about that. Did he?
I think so. I think Jimmy Walker passed me about 5 years ago. Something like 5 years ago. Let me make sure that
5 years ago. Yeah, check up on that before we start burying people. But listen, R.I.P. to a legend in Little Richard, though, bro. Little Richard did pass away.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace, man.
And I saw somebody had put self-proclaimed architect of rock and roll. There ain't no self-proclaimed in that. He was the architect of rock and roll, and that's a fact. Facts. By the way, my bad, Jimmy Walker. He's alive and well. He's alive.
Hey, thank God for that. Thank God for that.
Man. He's been killing legends over here. Man. I might have to do a shot in the second half of the show as punishment for that.
Punishment sauce.
Yeah. I got some Corralejos downstairs. I got some JD
punishment shot. That's fair. Yeah. That's fair.
That sounds right about now. Well, let's get through the schedule prediction first, and then I'll start injecting some 80 proof into my veins. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get into it. Oh, before we get started, Che, do you mind addressing why you're wearing Charger headphones? Do you mind addressing that? Let's just get that.
Los Doyers, bro. That's why. It's all about Los Doyers over here. Nah, honestly, I didn't even buy these headphones. These headphones just happened to be to land in my possession. My lady's brother, he asked for Beats, and then they got him these, and he wasn't happy with the color.
Okay.
So selfish as. Really, bro? You're gonna complain, but he wasn't happy with the color, so they got him new ones, and he just kind of was like, "Yeah, you can have these." He gave them to my lady, and here they are. But the reason why I put them on is because one of my boys was wearing a pair of Beats when I was chatting with him through Zoom. And I was like, "Yo, do those work well?" And he gave me a thumbs up, so I was like, "Let me try them this week." But I don't mind the blue, bro. I'm a Dodger fan, but no, this is no correlation to any football teams. Okay, this is blue, Dodger blue. Okay.
As an A's Giants fan, I still feel a certain kind of way about that.
That's okay. I feel the same way about you.
But I do know there's a lot of Raiders, Lakers, Dodgers fans out there. So shout out to you guys.
And I'm one of them.
It's a big pocket of Raider Nation. So
that's right.
Shout out to you guys, man.
Shout out.
Keep it going strong. It's another year for you guys without a World Series win, though. Hate to break it to you. That window is getting small. You'll be back in the play with us soon.
There's nothing to argue or go back on with you if there's no win. So we'll talk about that later if the season even happens.
Shout out to Oral Hershiser. Shout out to Oral.
My dog. Shout out to fucking Fernando Valenzuela, dog. Okay, shout out to.
Hey, I got that haircut right now too, bro. I got the COVID Fernando hair, dude.
Yeah, we all had that naturally, dog. We had that shit back in the days naturally. Nobody even told us that we had Fernando hair. We just had it.
Well, that's why, man. It's making a comeback right now, dog.
That fucking Indio hair.
I got some Oral Hershiser at Chavez Ravine once back in the 90s. But that's another story. Okay.
It's
time to get into some Raiders football, y'all. This Thursday, the NFL released the 2020 schedule for all 32 teams. But as you guys know, there's only 31 teams in the NFL. And then there's a silver and black. So we'll be focusing on the only one that matters here, the 2020 silver and black campaign and a return to excellence. Let's go. Let's get this, guys. Let's go through this. We got a lot to talk about, but that's what we do. We talk about a lot of things. Overall outlook before we get started on these week-to-week breakdowns and predictions. Let's start it off, man. Bobby, why don't you kick us off this week? You haven't kicked us off yet. Let's let you start the show, man. Your schedule prediction, overall outlook, talking about away games, road stretches, talking about 10 a.m. start times. Will there be a season, all that kind of shit?
Ooh, I'm glad you brought that one up because I remember I was joking around on the chat with y'all and with some other folks, and I predicted as soon as they dropped the schedule, I was like, I know what our record's going to be. It's going to be 5-3. And people are like, what the hell are you talking about? I was like, because this Rona is going to ruin half the goddamn season, man. My thing is that we have to remember is that until every team is able to actually access their facilities, nothing's going to happen. No one's going to move. And so honestly, I just kind of seen it that way. And I was like, wow, it's pretty intense. And especially in areas where there's been a lot of cases, a lot of deaths as well. It's nothing to mess around with. It's nothing to play around with it. We want our sports back, man. We want to have fun, but at the same time, we have to be smart about it. I honestly don't see the football season just from here on being the same, it's going to be a good while before that entire stadium fills up the way it used to fill up. And honestly, and it hurts me to say this, man, I don't think there's going to be a season this year. I really don't. And it hurts me because, I mean, look, I've said this before, is that the NFLPA is very, very strict when it comes to player safety. They want to make sure that players aren't out there when they're not supposed to, make sure that the practices are fine, make sure they got plenty of practices, but not too much. And especially with a shortened practice season, a lot of these players aren't going to be up to par because you're going to have a lot of people getting hurt, you know, pulling muscles and all that. And because of that, honestly, dude, I don't see this season happening, dude. And it really, really hurts me to say that. I don't want it to happen. Please prove me wrong, the health of the world, because that's what it really depends on, man. It's not about business. That's nice. We can get back to business as usual. But, I mean, is it really worth it in the end? Is it really worth not just these athletes, but is it worth our health, you know, in the end? And so, honestly, I don't see it happening. I have a prediction for the entire
there it is,
season.
folks. That's it for this week's show. Make sure you click the bell button. The winners. According to Bobby Wasabi, the Raiders are going COVID and 19 this season. Will it be good enough to make the playoffs? However, stay tuned and find out more. No, Bobby did his homework. He that's not an excuse. The dog did not eat his homework. He makes a very salient point there, but he does have a full 16 game schedule prediction for you guys. But I'm sorry to cut you off and make light of that, Bobby. But go ahead, man. It's serious. What you're saying is
poignant. I mean, that was basically it, man. You wrapped it up, and I kind of don't want to talk about it no more because, you know, if I say it again, then it's going to happen. So that's just it. We'll just leave it there in the ether, and it'll never come back again. But
just don't say it 3 times, bro. Don't say it 3 times.
Hold on. 16-0, 16-0, 16-0. Cool. It's like
there you go. Let's do it.
Shout out to Raider Rich for the donation. Appreciate you, bud.
Shout out, Rich.
Yeah. He says, thanks for another great show. Hey, thanks for being here, bro. You're part of what makes it great. All right, next, man, let's go to Kane. Kane, man, what some of your overall outlooks on this schedule, some of the generalities, some of the things that stood out to you when you're looking at these 16 games?
Well, I like the fact that we got three straight home games at the end of the schedule in case we're trying to fight to make the playoffs. That's really going to help us out. For overall, the schedule itself is a fairly simple schedule. It's not really hard. There's some 10 a.m. Starts. We always have those, but it's no back-to-back 10 a.m. starts that I at least glancing at it. So, you know, but overall,
we have one back-to-back 10 a.m. start.
Oh, okay. Yeah. My bad. Okay. Overall, I agree with Bobby. I don't want to bring it back up, but there's going to be a shortened season. But I do have a prediction for the whole season, and I think the Raiders are going to go 10-6 with this schedule. I'll say 10-6, a possible 9-7.
Okay, all right, and we'll be breaking that down and letting you guys know how we all got to our overall prediction as we move through this. So, but again, very poignant. Take right there, Kane. It could very well happen, and we already have that earmarked as a possible topic for the show. Talking about what a shortened season looked like, talking about what shortened seasons have looked like in the past. We're going to let that simmer for a little bit and see if we can get some more information out of the NFL before we launch into that discussion. But we'll probably most likely be bringing that up on the show and really talking about what that's going to look like. So as that moves along and we get more info, we'll keep you guys all up to date and tuned in on that. So you're well informed. Che, man, you're up next. What's the schedule look like from 35,000 feet, bro?
Well, first of all, let me just say this. I want to comment on what Bobby brought to the table, okay? Because I think that the NFL is going to try to do everything it can that's possible to make this season happen, okay? In spite of the situation. So I don't know if you guys saw this, but I saw a post on Twitter in reference to how teams would operate, right? So obviously we know that California and New York are the two areas that are being most impacted in terms of like big cities and in terms of just overall population, right? Larger population is going to be affected more. Why? Because more people come in contact with each other. But there was somebody that put it out there, and I don't know how much truth or how much backing there is to this, but talks about the Rams and the Chargers coming to operate out of Allegiant Stadium. No. Because they wouldn't be able to operate in their own stadium in California because they wouldn't have those relief, they wouldn't have the freedoms that they have in another state due to all the restraints, right? So what they're saying is, somebody brought it up. I can't say who. If you guys are in the chat, if the person who put that post up is in the chat, please let us know. But when I saw that, it just I just felt horrible. I was like, no, stay the fuck out of my stadium, bro. No, we don't want you guys coming to our stadium. We don't want you guys playing out of our stadium or practicing in our stadium. No. But at the same time, it's like, if it means that the season gets off and these teams are coming from other areas and operating at the same facilities or whatever, obviously at different times, right? They wouldn't be operating at the same time, but if it means that the season gets off that way, I don't know, man. Do we want football or do we not? Right. So that's something that kind of was in my mind, and I just thought I'd mention it. But in terms of the season, let's say it gets played out. Okay, let's think positively here. Let's send the positive vibes into the ether, bro. Okay, I don't put negativity out there. The season getting played, I think there's a lot to be hopeful for. I think the schedule itself is not as harsh in terms of like what we've seen in the past fucking few seasons. I feel like this is one of the easier schedules that we've had in a good time, right? We've had some shitty ass schedules the past few seasons, traveling more distance than fucking the entire NFL combined almost, and bullshit like that. But we don't have it doesn't. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't see any international games, which is a plus, right? We don't have this crazy 5-6 games away from the stadium all together. We don't have that bullshit going on this season, right? It's pretty well balanced. And I would say that our bye is a decent bye. We get our bye in the 8th week. Like that's nice. We get a nice little break almost
week 6. Almost. Week 6.
Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that. I'm looking at the tab. The tab says 8, but yeah, week 6. Still, that's closer to the middle of the season. Sometimes we've been fucking screwed over with shitty buys, like super early buys, and we basically have to play out the rest of the season with a bunch of injuries. So that little break after game 6 will, one, show us where we're at and allow our guys to kind of revamp, if you will, and really get ready for the home stretch, you would hope, right? So I'm feeling good about the schedule. That being said, there's still a lot to prove.
Yeah.
Right? This team still has a lot to prove. We have a lot of newcomers, a lot of new bodies, and we need to make sure that everyone's on the same fucking page. So it's a wait and see. So, I'm not going to give away my prediction just yet. We're going to get to that. But when we get to that, you'll understand why, because I think we have to see something from this team before we start to get super, super excited and start putting out 13-3 predictions as I did in 2017. Hey, I take it, man. I take it. All right. I said 12-4, 2016. I said 13-3, 2017. It happened.
Yeah, it did.
But I'm gonna be a lot more safe this time around. Let's just say that.
Reeling it in. All right. Well, let me give you my thoughts, because you guys are a lot more optimistic than I am. You all said there's an easy schedule, but guess what? Y'all don't play the games, and we got.
I didn't say it's an easy schedule. Hold on.
You did
easier.
I said fairly simple.
I'm optimistic.
Let's keep in mind. We got nearly a dozen rookies and second year players going out for 16 weeks. And we saw what happened last year, week 11, that whole team hit the wall, shit the bed in New York. So New Jersey, my bad. My biggest issue with this, but it is, you're right, as far as the travel and all that and the early starts and the cold weather games, we definitely got a bone this year. We got a reprieve from a lot of that. We got what looks like maybe 2 cold weather games. The Cleveland games at the beginning of October, so that shouldn't be, or the beginning of November, so that shouldn't be too cold out there. I was actually even looking up weather, typical weather patterns in Cleveland for November. It's looking like the coldest, maybe 55 degrees. So
due diligence right there.
Yeah, weatherman Kenny Stapler over here. I'm trying to do the damn thing. I got my green screen forecast model going on.
Yo, call up 303, bro.
Yeah, we got to get the weatherman back in here. First off, though, because Rue already mentioned it in the chat and it's been talked about, the Chiefs get another bye week headed into Las Vegas. What the is that all about?
Hey, it is what it is, dog. It's gonna continue to happen. They're gonna continue to get the favorable buys and schedules. Let's just let it be. We gotta beat them.
What is that? Five times in 6 years or something like that? It's ridiculous.
It's Andy Reid, bro. Andy Reid's paying everybody off with that oatmeal, man.
With that.
Shit, you got to go out and handle business whenever it is, man. They're not going to make it no easier for us to beat the Chiefs. Yeah. Beat the Chiefs first, and then we can complain about when they had a bye and when they play us. We got to beat them first.
So Andy Reid eats a lot of things. Oatmeal is not one of them. The Wilford Brimley aside, there ain't no oatmeal in that man's diet, man. He's putting the bacon bits in the oatmeal for sure. I do like the fact that's some country shit you guys probably don't know about. I do like the fact that the first back-to-back roadie on the schedule is cushioned by the fact that the second game is against the Chargers. So it's a back-to-back roadie, but that second game, that's home away from home right there.
That's home. That's a home game, dog.
Chargers, I feel for the Chargers. They will never play another home game for the rest of their franchise's history. And their fans don't give a shit because they ain't got no fans. So it really ain't no one to complain about that, you know? So it ain't going to change. We like that. We embrace that. The next roadie is a tough one in terms of distance. Later on in the schedule, competition wise, these could serve as classic trap games. I think it's the Jets and the Falcons. The Jets rebuilding, but they're looking like they're on the rise. The Atlanta Falcons, they don't know who the fuck they are right now. They're trying to put it together. They're not in a rebuild. They're in a let's grab some free agents and try to keep this thing held together with some duct tape mode. But it's Matt Flynn in Atlanta, so the crazier things have happened. I don't know.
Matt Flynn.
Sorry, did I say Matt Flynn? Matt Ryan. My bad.
No. Matty Ice.
Yeah, Matt Ryan.
Matt Ryan. Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Right. Good looking out. But those can serve as trap games for the Raiders. It depends on how the season, unfolds up until that point. But that's a tough one. I mean, that's travel. We'll see if the Raiders decide to stay out there. But even from New York to Atlanta, that's a trip too. So it's a different time zone, if I'm not mistaken. But it'll be interesting to see how they work that one with the strategy with their travel and all that. And again, with this COVID stuff, staying out on the East Coast maybe not a great option. So we'll see how that works. The second roadie, again, coming off of that back-to-back, New York and Atlanta, cushioned by 3 straight home games upon return. So, and then you got 3 divisional games in the second half of the season, as you guys know, with the adjustments they've made because of the COVID, the pandemic. Everything's backloaded right now, which could be good or bad. It gives us some chance to catch up there at the end or get pummeled and fall straight on our face. So, but we're not going to talk about that. We're not going to say that. I don't want to put that out there into the ethos. But it's good. It's good. It's we're going to have some real early playoff football games this year because of that. Makes it really exciting down the stretch. 10 a.m. starts this year. So, that could be a thorn in our side. But I do buy into what Gruden says about anytime, any place, any team, we got to be prepared to win. And that's the Raider way. That's the kind of mentality you want from your head coach all the way down to your punter. I mean, I don't care. You just put me on the field and let me get after it. So I want to see that culture show up this year. We've had it before in the past. We did really well. I think it was in 2016, maybe slightly before that. We had some great road games. So let's see if that happens again. But I believe you, John. I mean, all you have to do is go back to last year and watch that game in London. He had us there in London early, adjusted and prepared to play, and we took it to the Chicago Bears. And Khalil Mack, he's been a ghost ever since. And so
there was no way we was going to lose that game. There was no way. We could have played that game on Mars with no fans and nobody watching. We was not going to lose that game. There was no way John Gruden was going to lose that. You could never live that down. The trade would have been. Oh, my God.
Yep. Yeah, we never would have lived that down. But they're doing the right things. They did the right things with the picks, and we won that game. So suck it, Khalil Mack. Go buy some Halloween candy, you fucking asshole.
And we their draft pick beat them. So that's another notch under the belt right there. You know what I'm saying? Their own draft pick beat them.
That's
so
right.
And they needed a running back too. So they we won that trade.
The only complaint I have to say about those 10 a.m. games, man, is that I'm not a fan of drinking at home at like 8, 9 in the morning, bro. I mean, I'll drink at 8, 9 in the morning when I'm waiting in the parking lot. Or
that's right. I was about to say, man, hey, don't be a hypocrite, Bobby, because you were cracking a chat at 6 o'clock in the morning like the rest of us.
That's at the game, bro. That's at the game, bro. That's a whole different situation. You're around that energy. Hey. I mean, there is no. You could be rolling off of half hours, 10 minutes worth of sleep, bro. And as soon as you get to that tailgate, as soon as you get just to the outside of that, bro, there is no more I'm tired. There's just awake and just enjoying the good times, bro. So I could do that when I'm there at the parking lot. But at home, like, with a tall boy and like 9 o'clock in the morning, dude, I mean, I'm going to fall asleep by, come 2 o'clock, dude. I'm going to be passed out.
Drinking beers at 6 a.m. at the tailgate's one thing. It's hard to justify that to your girlfriend when you're sitting on the couch, though.
Facts, bro.
This is a routine.
Facts.
I expect all of you to have those cheladas in hand, because that's tradition now for us, right? That's tradition.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
So let's get into it, guys. Week 1 at Carolina. It's time to break all this down. Yeah, we brought it back. I know you want that sound effect. You've been itching for it.
Oh, yeah.
So let's get into it. Week 1 at Carolina. Che, start us off, man. Raiders at Panthers, September 13th, 10 o'clock in the morning. Break it down. What's your score prediction? Just give it to me.
All right. So look, I know that Carolina, they made some moves this offseason.
Teddy Bridgewater, baby.
Teddy Bridgewater, baby. They went and they got Teddy Bridgewater. They got Robbie Anderson. They signed Seth Roberts, bro. They signed Seth Roberts.
They did that.
And Tahir Whitehead, dog. Okay. So they went out and they made some additions to their team in the draft. Most importantly, they drafted Derek Brown in the first round, which I'm sure is going to be big for them. That motherfucker was huge in college and really, really big on the inside as a DT. So I expect him to play well. I don't expect him to come into the NFL and not play well. He's a first round pick for a reason. But I think we got an edge on him, dog. Okay. And I think we got an edge on them because we're coming in with a little bit more experienced team than they will have. Okay, experience in chemistry, experience in just overall time with our current team, right? So our quarterback has been there playing for Gruden now. This is his 3rd season. So I expect him to be miles better than last year. That's my expectation, right? It's my expectation. Teddy Bridgewater will be coming into his first season as the Carolina Panthers, and I think he's decent enough to be able to hold his own. But as we saw in New Orleans when he played when Drew was out, he wasn't doing anything spectacular. He was just game managing, right? He wasn't putting up gaudy numbers, anything like that. So I expect the same. I expect him to go into Carolina and game manage. And in terms of that, their biggest weapon right now is McCaffrey, right? We know McCaffrey is their weapon. He's their do-all. He's their Swiss Army knife. They give him the ball. They throw him the ball. He accounts for fucking like 90% of their offense, right? Robbie Anderson is going to be additional piece. We'll see what he does. Because I think he's hit and miss. I think he could be big 1 week and he could be gone for 3. Mm-hmm. So, you know what I mean? So, but in terms of what we're going to do against him, I got that as a W, dog. I just think we're going to come in. All our guys from last year, we got Max Crosby. We got, all our defensive line has gelled better together. The 2 guys that we drafted last season are going to come in now second year. Okay, Farrell, I expect him to have a much better season and shut up the naysayers, right? And I think the additions that we've made on offense are going to help to spread out that defense. Mm-hmm. And I expect us to pick them apart, man. I expect us to have our way with them, specifically because they're still going to be getting to know each other. And there's no reason why we shouldn't go in there and just take advantage of that. Mm-hmm. Let's take advantage of it, man. So my score prediction, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get a little crazy here. I'm going to go ahead and say we're going to break 30. Let's go 37-17.
Wow.
Raiders.
20-point spread. Place your bets right now. Right now. Right now. I like that. I like coming out the gate. I mean, why not, right? John Gruden's got months to prepare for this. Lots of games.
Game plan.
Yeah.
Game plan in 3 years with the same coach, dog. Come on, the same offense. Let's go, Derek Carr.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Kane, let's go to you, man. Carolina, week 1, 10 o'clock, September 13th. What you got?
A lot like what Chase said. I think I think we had an advantage as far as offense is concerned. With Derek Carr being in his 3rd year in the offense, and we're going, a healthy Josh Jacobs, a healthy Waller. The offensive line is going to be healthy. Everybody overall is going to be healthy, and we saw what a healthy team looks like in week 1 last year. Mm-hmm. So, with that being said, Carolina does have McCaffrey, and they did add a couple of weapons. They do have a pretty good defense. And, Teddy Bridgewater is Teddy Bridgewater. He didn't do nothing spectacular in New Orleans, but he did win 5 straight games. Mm-hmm. Although he had Michael Thomas and Alvin Kamara, mm-hmm. he won 5 straight games. But look what he had to win it with. He doesn't have this in Carolina. All he has is McCaffrey, so far, what we know.
Yep.
So, with that being said, I'm going to keep it short and simple. We're going to win, and we definitely have the advantage. And like Chase said, we have all off season to prepare for this one game on the road to start the season. So I expect the Raiders to come out chugging like they was in game 1 last year. I expect Josh Jacobs to come out and have over 100 yards rushing. I expect Tyrell Williams to have a good game with his 2nd year under Derek Carr. I expect Waller to have a really good game. We added Ruggs. We added the 3rd round pick, COC. All these weapons Derek Carr has at his disposal in week 1, when I think the Raiders are going to be playing really well. So I'm going to say my score prediction for that game will be 34-21 Raiders.
We will break the 30 mark. Kane, you got me pumped up. Let's start the season tomorrow. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Bobby, that means you're next. I'll take last here. I'll get out the way.
All right, cool. You know what? I'm about to say it's funny because I'm hearing a lot of analysts saying that we're not going to win this game because we're rebuilding and we don't know what we're doing and we have rookies and blah, blah, blah. What the hell is up with all these analysts, bro? What do they think is going on over in Carolina? Do they think that they're a solidified, established team with everyone playing like together and gelling for like 5-6 years now already? Nah, dude. I mean, like, come on, people. Like, that's just the shit that annoys me, bro. And exactly what Kane said, hating. And that's why I honestly see us taking that W by 10 points, 27-17. The reason why, as well, is like, like how the fella said, man. It's a whole new coach, whole new system. Not only that, the coach, he's actually more of a defensive-minded coach as well. Remember, he came from Baylor U, and those cats were all defense as well. And I'm so glad that Chair brought up Seth Roberts. I was like, dude, as soon as I saw that name, I was like, yeah, nah. Robbie Anderson, he may be able to help out DJ Moore, But nah, dude, that's about it. When that's the most that you got as far as weapons, plus the fact that the chemistry isn't going to be there because of the whole COVID thing as well, man. There's a lot. It's not to say that they can't talk over the phone, over Zoom, over Skype or whatever, but it's not the same as actually working with each other, handing the ball off each other, just being able to have that natural instinct that it is that you have to have as teammates, you know? So honestly, I see us taking it 27-17, 10-point win.
All right, another W on the board there for the Raiders. Man, y'all some homers, man. Let me bring y'all back down to earth. Let me bring y'all back down to earth here. You make a lot of good points there, Bobby, but the chemistry thing, that goes both ways, and that goes for all 32 teams in the league, which can work for you, against you, or could just simply level the playing field. Like I said, every team except the Patriots, who are probably all living together in one house right now with no masks on because they like to break rules. You know, and they're going to do everything they can this year. They're going to do everything they can.
Cut off sweaters too, bro. They have no mask, cut off sweaters.
They're going to use actually all the sleeves from Belichick sweaters, bro.
Belichick is hoarding ventilators right now. And to your point and Kane's point with them being haters, I'll tell you what, I was looking at ESPN.com as a reference for our schedule and just kind of look at the entire league schedules, looking at what other teams are, you know, who they're playing before they come in to see us and so on and so forth. And they have links to the breakdowns and these entire team schedules and who they're going to win and who they're going to beat. And these breakdowns are all written by the beat writers that cover that team specifically. Every single beat writer has their team beating us in every single matchup against us. And I just think that's a little unfair, guys. That's a little unfair, and my feelings are hurt. So with that aside, because we expect to hate, we love to hate. We want all the smoke. We want all of that. Bring it all. Bring it all, okay?
A Miami Dolphin beat writer said that they was going to beat.
Yep. They said they're coming in our house.
You know that's pure hate right there.
Every single one, bro.
That's pure hate.
Every single one, bro, except the Chargers. They had the Chargers losing to Las Vegas at least one time.
Because they're fucking smart. I mean, they might be crazy, but they're not stupid.
Right. Look, in this game, it's going to be all eyes on McCaffrey. They got Robbie Anderson, brand new weapon over there. He don't scare me, dog. A lot of people wanted to bring Robbie over here to Las Vegas. I didn't. He just does not scare me. I don't see him being a threat in this game. I think our young corners are going to have them bottled up, but it's going to be all eyes on McCaffrey. They're going to look to run the ball down our throat. But guess what? In 2019, the Raiders were ranked 6th in rushing defense. No, we don't need to mention why. We don't need to mention the fact that teams are just passing the ball down our throat, and that's why. We don't need to mention that. We won't bring that up. But they got a brand new head coach, who I believe is Matt Rule. You know what rhymes with Matt Rule? Fat fool. You know what I'm saying? I'm pulling this shit out of my ass, guys. Come on. But definitely a lot of change over there in Carolina during the offseason. They're not lacking talent, but they got a lot of fresh faces, brand new head coach, all that stuff. It's going to take some time to put together. I'm also hearing a lot of Raider Nation, you know, they can't afford to get to a game in Vegas this year. If you looked at the prices, you know they're sold out. Everything's hit the third-party market, so on and so forth. A lot of people are talking about showing up to this game. So Raider Nation's going to be in the house for week 1 against Carolina on the road. So I feel good about that. You know, the Raiders travel well. Derek Carr versus Teddy Bridgewater. The guys drafted together at one time. Right after that draft, that was a conversation. Well, you know, a lot of people wanted Teddy Bridgewater at that time. Before downs had even been played, that was an argument. We finally get to see that settled, hopefully, this year. So Derek Carr versus Teddy Bridgewater, baby. So
they said McKenzie wanted Bridgewater and Mark Davis wanted Derek Carr.
They did say that. They did say that. But when all said and done, I got to give the edge to Oakland here. I got Waller and Jacobs combining for 2 touchdowns in the win. The Raiders eke out a victory on the road, 20-17. Put one in the win column. All 4 of us said it. Good things happen when all 4 of us agree. The Raiders start off the 2020 season, the 2020 campaign in the win column. That's a W for the Silver and Black, baby. Hell yeah. Let's move on to week 2 versus New Orleans. Kane, since you've been down there, and this is actually this game played in Las Vegas. This is the first of 4 primetime games on the schedule. They want to see that stadium at night with the lights on. That is eye candy for every broadcast. They want to make sure that's on your TV screen. All eyes are going to be watching this game. It's the only game going on at that time. September 21st at 5:15. As a man that's been in New Orleans to watch the Raiders play, Kane, I'm excited to hear what you have to say about them coming into our house. How does this game wash out? What's your prediction?
Well,
hold on. Pause really quick. I said Oakland. The chat's reminding me it's not Oakland. Just get used to that. It's going to take everybody time to not say that on accident. And they're always going to be the Oakland Raiders in my heart. Always going to be the Oakland Raiders.
It's a great mistake to make. It's all right.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, who cares? Oakland, Las Vegas, L.A., it's the Raiders.
There you go.
So sorry to cut you off. I just wanted to clear that up, Kane. My bad.
Like you said, man, it's a night game. It's the home opener. That's all good. Everything is set up for a beautiful home opener. But guess what? You're playing Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, and that top 5 defense.
Scary.
In New Orleans.
Taysom Hill.
So you Taysom Hill, and you have 2 rookie cornerbacks possibly starting. The very young back end of your back 7 of your defense. You may be able to stop the run, but it doesn't matter when Drew Brees can pass all over you all day long, right? Mm-hmm. Right? I'm a diehard Raiders fan. That's a home opener. We're opening the stadium. I'm sorry, Raider fans. We're not going to win. Yeah. We're not going to win.
Yeah.
I say with all that stacked against us because of the power that Brees and the Saints bring into the stadium, I say we're going to keep it close. We're going to make it very, very fun for you to be at, and it's going to be competitive. But it's going to be, I'm going to say the Raiders lose 24-28.
A close one, though. That's exciting. Just stay in the game. Keep it competitive. You know what I mean? Bobby, since you went last round, why don't you take second right here? What you got?
I'm not gonna deny. I definitely saw this game with silver and black glasses. I am not going to deny that. Hey,
I like that silver and black glasses. I like that.
I'll just be right. I'll just be up in front about that right now, and I'll say that we gonna win this game.
Ooh.
Like I said, I said it, and I say we gonna win it by 3 points. It's gonna be 17-20. The reason why I'm saying that is because honestly, I feel like our boy Arnett is going to step it up. He's actually going to do good, and he's going to go ahead and show people the reason why it is that he got chosen 19. I really feel like this kid is going to use that not just to prove it to the world, but to prove it to Raider Nation as well, man. I mean, dude, it's Sunday night football. Like Kenny said, all eyes on us right there. And he just wants to make sure that all you doubters out there in Raider Nation that were skeptical about the pick or just didn't know what was going on, it's like, this is who I am. I'm here. Now, what Kane said, that is a very true fact. I will not deny that. But it is a home opener. Our home openers do get pretty wild, do get pretty crazy. And not only that, look at last year, man, when we played Denver. It was one of the craziest home openers that I've ever been to personally. And I was like, you know what? If the energy is going to be like this in Vegas, if all those people are going to be hungry, not just to see their team, but also for sports as well, I honestly don't see New Orleans being able to make it with us. Now, like I said, that might just be those silver and black glasses, but I don't care. I said it. We're taking it, baby.
Oh, there you go.
All right, Bobby. Much optimism coming out of the Wasabi household right now. Hey, I'm not going to knock it. I'm not going to knock it. Che, you got next. Get in here, man. Week 2 versus New Orleans. Sunday night football. What you got? Prime time.
All right, man. Listen. I'm not going to go the Bobby route with this one. Again, I'm gonna say that experience and chemistry is gonna play big in this game. Okay. Now, although our team will have built some more chemistry together, in their second year as a unit, right, and adding the new young players to the core. You're going up against a veteran team that is a contender, okay, that has been a contender for the last few years. And they have some of the best offensive and defensive weapons in the league, okay? Those are just facts, man. Those are just facts. You got Alvin Kamara, you got Michael Thomas, you got Drew Brees. I mean, they got our boy, man, playing tight end over there too, dog. I mean, let's not forget about that. So I see them coming in, and they're gonna be able to put up some points on us. Okay? The Saints put up points on us pretty well when they do come to our home, man. I've seen it personally and had to fucking live through it miserably for a whole 4 quarters. And no, I didn't leave. I stuck around in a fucking blowout. I stuck around to the last second of the game in a blowout and just boiled in it. Okay, so I'm used to that. Okay, I've seen that happen when Drew Brees comes to town. But I do see some positivity coming out of this. Okay, here's the upside of a loss in my mind. I think it's going to be a loss because of the chemistry, because of the experience, because of the veteran leadership that they have over there. There's positives that are going to come out of this game because we do have young DBs, very young DBs, okay? We have a second-year corner and a rookie corner that we're looking at starting side to side, right? We have another corner that was taken all the way in the final draft pick with the final draft pick that we had that we think is going to probably get in there and play some nickel. Amik Roberts, I'm looking at you, dog. I think he's going to be in there. He's going to play significant minutes, and it's going to be important that he plays these minutes against Drew Brees. Okay, this is one of the top quarterbacks, if not top 2 quarterbacks in the league, okay? And these guys can learn a lot from playing and facing a guy like this. And that's why I say this is going to be huge for their development, okay? They're going to get beat, but they're going to learn and they're going to take a lot from this game. And it's going to help them with the remainder of the season when they face other teams. When you see a Tom Brady later on in the season, I expect them to grow from this. And I expect them to start to showcase what they will eventually be in the next season or two. Okay. I don't expect it to happen overnight. But I do see that as a positive, man. So these guys are going to take a little lump, but they're going to learn. They're going to grow. They're going to become wiser. And I think it's going to set us up for some confidence going in to the following season. And I think it's going to help us out for the remainder of this season too. So I'm going to say Saints will win this game. As much as I don't want to, Saints will win this game 28-17.
All right. Okay.
It's cool, Che. You're a Saints fan, whatever.
Yo, hey, there's some fucking haters out there. They're going to jump on fucking Twitter and say some stupid shit like that too, right? Someone's going to get all up in their fucking...
They already saying they probably already saying I'm stupid for us losing our home opener. They probably all saying that right now as we sit here and chat. We stupid because it's a home opener. It's a brand new stadium and the energy and the energy and the energy.
Well, to that point, something that you, Kane, and Bobby brought up is the likelihood that there may not be fans in the seats this early in the season. So we may have to take that off the table right away. Look, I looked into this, right? Looking at the power rankings, way too early power rankings. ESPN has the Saints ranked 4th overall for good reason. 1, for all the reasons you guys mentioned. They bring back a bevy of weapons on offense and defense. But for 2, a reason nobody's mentioned is that Saints defense, very opportunistic. They like to create turnovers. And they fly under the radar because they're in the shadow of that offense, a high-powered Saints offense. I believe Drew Brees is going to be the number 1 quarterback in the NFL this season. So the Raiders seemingly have added weapons as well. They need it on offense. They needed it on defense. They got a lot of that. They got faster. They got more physical. They got younger. The youth movement in Las Vegas, however, will take time to gel. and it won't be ready for the Saints in week 2. I have this as a loss. I have the Raiders in this game, down by 2 scores, going into the fourth quarter and making a move. But that opportunistic defense takes one away from Derek Carr, and that's no knock on Derek. I'm not using this as an opportunity to jump on Derek. The season's about to begin. We're going to be rooting for a quarterback. We're rooting to win. But I have this going down as a loss. They go down the field, score another touchdown, put the game out of reach. Raiders lose the home opener, 34-17, and questions abound. Quarterback controversy early in the season.
That's a beatdown.
It's all smoke. It's all smoke. Don't jump off don't throw your phone out the car window yet, Raider Nation. That's not where I'm going. I'm just telling you this is going to be the repercussions. The Raiders lose this one 34-17. It's going to be a rough one. It's going to be a rough one. So in my book, I got the Raiders going 1-1 right now. Bobby has them 2-0. The rest of us have them at 1-1 right now. Hey, no time to panic. It's still early in the season. And I like that take, Che. I like that, giving them confidence. You know, having seen what a Super Bowl caliber team, a Super Bowl contender looks like early on in the season. Hey, get that out of the way. You know, you don't want to be in the hunt with an outside chance of making the playoffs, and then here comes the Saints, right? So get that one out of the way. Get that one out of the way. So here we go. Week 3. If you guys don't mind, I'm gonna keep going right here, and then I'm gonna hand it over to you guys. Week 3 at New England. All right. The Raiders have waited for their time to exact revenge on the New England Patriots. With Tom Brady having moved on to sunny Tampa, will even feel the same if they do. Without Brady there to elevate an uninspiring offense, hey, look for this to be a defensive fight. It's weird, right? Raiders-Patriots, a defensive matchup. Despite the absence of Brady, Gruden will still be looking to stick it to the hoodie in New England. But it will be PG's game plan that is the deciding factor at Gillette Stadium. The Patriots start the season with a lot of questions to answer, and I don't believe their defense is the one to be questioned. Look at the stats last year. The defense carried them for a better part of that year. However, the Raiders' young pass rush shines in this matchup, and the Raiders net 3 sacks and a low-scoring affair and beat the hoodie in his home 19-13. It's a W for the West Coast. The Raiders win 19-13. They go 2-1 on the season. How about that? What do you guys think about that?
I like that shit.
I like that shit.
All right, who's got next, man? Who's got next on this? Bobby, have you gone second yet?
I'm not sure, but sure, why not? I'll go. The way I see it is that this is, like you said, man, this is Gruden and the Raiders' redemption song year. Not just for New England, but also for the associates. that duo of Belichick and Tom. Yeah, it's definitely, as Che was saying, that redemption song right there, man. We definitely gonna take it to the Patriots. I say we're gonna win it by 7, 13-20. The reason why is because, as Kenny was just talking about, the offense, there's never really been nothing really impressive there as of late, especially with the leaving of Gronk. I mean, maybe one thing if Gronk was still there because he might be able to help out the QB. But the way it's looking like right now, I honestly don't see nothing happening. It was all about just that right chemistry.
Gronk is in Tampa Bay, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we gonna get it against New England in week the third week or whatever, and then what was it, week 7? We gonna go up against Tampa Bay, and we gonna win that one as well. I was just waiting for that, but can you make me jump the gun, bro? That's cool.
Sorry about that, bro.
quick pause right here. ISO Cali wants to get a shout out for the fam, and we are going to oblige him. He's watching this on his big screen TV in the living room right now for Mother's Day with all the ladies in the household. So we want to give a shout out. Want to give a shout out to moms. Want to give a shout out to sister. Shout out to Maria, Paige, and Jessica. You guys are all real pillagers for hanging in there. Hopefully we put a smile on y'all face.
Pillaging. Happy Mother's Day, ladies.
Yes.
Happy Mother's Day.
That's right.
Toast to you. Toast to you. So, Bobby,
shout out, man. Shout out.
You got that W on the road. Kane.
Hey, shout out to Stoney because he says I'm on that Frank Caliendo tip. Win. win.
Bye. He's a bye, win. 16
no,
man.
He said win, lose, or booze, baby. That shit was that was the best one. That was the killer. Win, lose, or booze, baby.
Right.
Kane, keep it moving, man. Keep the positivity alive. What you got here? Raiders at Patriots.
For this game, it's been a long time coming. We want to beat the Patriots, no matter who the quarterback is. The head coach is still the same. If you remember when John Gruden got hired the first time, Bill Belichick was the runner-up. To John Gruden being hired, which means that Al picked John over Bill.
Well, to be fair, Bill took himself out the game. I mean, Bill knew he wasn't going to be coaching any defense for the Raiders, and so
that's right. He did take himself out the game.
But you're right, though.
Okay.
I mean, they were in the mix, right? They were in the mix together. Yep.
Yeah. So I think John still's going to prove that, why he was chosen over the great Bill Belichick to coach the Raiders, and here's a smooth opportunity. No Tom Brady. They still have a top 3 defense in the league, but they have their offensive line is not as good as it's been over the past years. It needs some work. They're questionable at quarterback right now. They never have any wide receivers. So, we have a young, hungry defensive line that's been playing really well. We're top, 5 in rushing defense right now. We have the offensive weapons that they don't have. We have a quarterback that they do not have. Yes, we are on the road as a 10 a.m. start, but I don't see us having any trouble winning that game. I say the Raiders walk away from that game they finna go in here and whoop New England's ass. New England's gonna get a lot of ass whoopings this year. I say the Raiders 28-17.
Ooh.
There you go.
I like that. And shout out to the schedule makers. They could have easily given us this game in the last week of December when Belichick's got this new look Patriots team starting to gel a little bit and the snow's coming down. But now we get them in September. It's gonna be nice out there. It's gonna be real nice. Che, that means you're next, boss. Why don't you take the reins and give us your prediction?
Well, man, I'm with you guys, man. I'm with you guys. I got this as a win too, for all the reasons you guys already mentioned. Right? We no longer have a Tom Brady over there who was a thorn in our side. He always found a way to beat us. And Belichick he's gonna have to prove that he is the legendary coach that everyone believes he is, right? And I have no doubts that he's going to get the team together at some point. But third week in the season, probably not, right? Probably not. He's got some work to do. You let go of a quarterback that's been there for as long as you've been, basically, and is 50% responsible for the success that you've had, right? Let's not take away from him. It took 2 of you, your mind and his actual performance, to actually get it done. So it's gonna be interesting, man. Like you said, it's kind of bittersweet though, right? Because we've been waiting to put a fucking ass whooping on New England for a long, long time, and finally it looks like we got our chance, and Tom Brady won't be there to take it. So yeah, I mean, it's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. It would have been nicer to have him there and see him take his lumps, but let's just say I'm gonna go ahead and say that they get this win, and they get it 20. I'm gonna say 21 to 14. 21-14.
Raiders.
I'm not gonna go super high. Yeah, but it's gonna be an impressive win, man. It's gonna be a defensive output on our end, and our guys making plays when they need to.
Okay, all right. Let's run this back. So week 4, we're going into Buffalo. It's the first game in October 4th. It's a 1:25 start time. This game is in Las Vegas. You got the Buffalo Bills making a trip all the way out from the East Coast to play the Las Vegas Raiders. And yes, their analyst had them going 12-4 and winning this game as well. But Kane, you're going to tell us why or why not that may or may not happen.
Okay, this will be the Raiders' first home win in Las Vegas. and it's going to be against a pretty good team. It's going to be against a team which I think is more compatible to the Raiders. They've made the playoffs the last couple of years. They backed in the last couple of years. The Raiders could have backed in last year. We won't talk about the year before that. But even with that being said, these two teams are basically evenly matched. I think the one advantage we will have over Buffalo, because they do have a really good defense, is we have a good defense too. We have a better quarterback. I know I talk a lot of shit about Derek Carr, but I think Derek Carr at home, and we lost our last home opener. They're going to be looking to bring a win to the fans. He's going to play a better game that day against a good defense. We're going to see the emergence of Ruggs. We're going to see the emergence of some of these young guys in that game, because they'll have played 3 games and have gelled a little bit. The defense will have gotten better because they'll have played some games together. The young corners will have gotten better because, like Chase said, they have played a Drew Brees in week 2. So Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills coming in here doesn't scare me, and I don't think it'll scare the Raiders or John Gruden. Mm-hmm. So I say that the Raiders will win a close one, and it'll be 24-21.
Very cool. Very cool. The Bills, man, you were equating them a little bit to the Raiders, and I saw that too. I mean, the Bills GM, Brandon Beane, spent the offseason in a similar fashion to Mike Mayock by surrounding his quarterback with weapons to help elevate his play and the Buffalo Bills in 2020. The media picking the Bills to be the darling team in the AFC East. Back-to-back AFC East opponents right here for the Raiders. With the New England Patriots supposedly fading into the sunset. We'll see if they actually do. I think Bill's going to have that team still competitive. But Vegas, that's the second longest destination they're traveling to with a young gunslinger under center this season. The Bills got to make that long trip out of here. The Bills might be facing their first trap game of the season in the Raiders. So with the Raiders having dropped their home opener to the Saints, Raider Nation and company, they're going to be thirsty for a win in their new digs. No, not Stephon Diggs, okay? Our digs. That beautiful cathedral to the silver and black in the middle of the desert. Allen's going to test the Raiders secondary. They're going to respond. Look for one of the young corners to snag their first pick and decide a close one. 24-27, Raiders win at home and get the first victory at Allegiant Stadium. That's my prediction. That's my prediction. Che, why don't you get in here, man? What you got on this game?
I got this down as a win too, man. I think Kane touched on it, man. After these young DBs see a Drew Brees, Josh Allen isn't going to offer them anything amazing, man. That guy, we've seen him play the last 2 seasons. He's a running quarterback. He runs. Okay, he's not going to beat you with his throw. He's going to throw a bomb here and there, but he isn't going to do significant damage against your defense by hitting a whole shitload of targets. Mm-hmm. He's going to get one big chunk play at a time, right? He's not going to spread the ball out very often, and most of his damage that I've seen is him running. Okay, so
I dare you to run on Abram. I dare you to run on Abram.
Ooh, what I'm saying. Boy. So if we get that same Josh Allen, now granted he's got some other weapons, right? We do have a Stephon Diggs who is a good receiver, but we saw what happened in Minnesota when he wasn't getting the ball thrown to him. He was very unproductive, man. He was very unproductive.
Crybaby.
Right, and he was upset. So now you go over to the Bills, where you become the automatic number 1 receiver, right? I expect him to be the number 1 receiver in Buffalo, but you have a quarterback with probably less throwing talent than Kirk Cousins. So I don't know that things are going to get better for you, bro. I don't know that you're going to not be crying about it later on this season. You know what I mean? I think you're going to be in the same boat, just for different reasons. Not because he's throwing it to another receiver, but because he just can't throw it. He just doesn't throw it. So I think we're going to take this win too, man. And like you said, it's a makeup for the home opener. I think the crowd will be causing a ruckus. And they're going to be hungry for that first win in LV, man, in the new stadium, breaking that new stadium, right? So they missed their chance against the Saints. They get it back with the Bills. And I'm going to go ahead and say they're going to get this one 27-20.
Yep. The Raiders, historically, they play the Bills close, man. So I like that. Bobby, round us out, man. What you got?
I hope Damage Inc. is sitting down. I know he has a drink in his hand, but I hope he's sitting down, bro, because honestly, I think we're going to get an L.
Oh, shit.
It's going to be a 24-21 loss. Very, very close. The reason why is because like it's funny. It's funny that Kane said that, because I was like, oh shit, that's my score. But in the losing situation, not that I want to say that, but I mean, that's what I see because of what Chet was talking about, man. I mean, Josh Allen didn't really throw the ball down the field because he didn't really have much talent. The only talent he had was John Brown and Cole Beasley. With the addition of Stephon Diggs, man, he's able to showcase his arm a little bit better. Do I think he's better than Breeze? No, I do not. But the way that Buffalo was looking last year, they were basically a sneaky ass team. Nobody saw them doing as good as they did in the division that they were in, with the Pats and whatnot. And I honestly was surprised to see how well they did. So not only that too, but they also added, Zach Moss as well to the running back group as well. Yep. Singletary was doing very, very good. Moss is a bruiser, man. And that's one of the cats that I was actually kind of gunning for us to pick as well. We can't pick everybody, but it would have been nice to see Zach Moss join our crew. But seeing him go over to Buffalo, I was like, that can be a problem for us as well right there, that combined duo in the running back group. So honestly, I just see us losing it by 3 points. I don't want to say it, but yeah.
Okay. And Kane, you said you had that as a win, right? Here on air?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So you had that down as a loss earlier, but you've had time to marinate.
Switch that up.
You had time to marinate.
I put it in on the doc. It says loss. I put it as a win, a loss.
You put it as a loss, yeah.
Yeah. So I changed it up. You're on record now. You're on record now as a win.
Oh, okay.
I got you.
Change it up.
I got you.
Okay.
Hey, but listen, real quick though, Bobby, you make a good point, but I think his confidence, them saying, "No, all right, we're gonna put a little more confidence in you throwing the ball."
Yeah.
Gonna result in some fucking turnovers, dog. We want that guy throwing the ball. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
We want that guy throwing the ball.
Throw the ball.
So, Amik Robertson,
Josh Allen was a good passer in college, bro. So I don't know that we want him throwing the ball to weapons. He hasn't shown that in the NFL, bro. He hasn't had nobody to throw it to.
I agree.
But I think Buffalo has a good defense, and that's why they've pretty much carried Josh Allen. They have a really good defense. I think it's a top 5, top 10 defense. It's ranked really high. Yeah,
but you're right. They carry him.
Yeah,
you're right. They carry him.
I see Josh Allen traveling 4,000 miles, staying up way too late at the Spearmint Rhino, and wiping the sleep out his eyes on game day. And Raiders take this one, man. Raiders take this one.
Didn't you burn that place down, Kenny?
Yeah, no, I keep that place in a Ziploc bag, man. It's got to be right every time I go back, bro.
Hey, real quick. One point I want to make. If you guys notice, these first 4 games are all played against top 10 defenses. Did you notice that? So we're going to be challenged offensively very quick coming out of the gate. Carolina's defense is good. New Orleans' defense is great. New England's defense is always top 5. And then now Buffalo's defense has been in the top 10 in the last 2-3 seasons. Mm-hmm. So you're facing very good defenses and a couple of subliminal offense, subpar offenses in your first 4 games. So, 3-1, 2-2 can easily be said for the first 4 games.
Okay. All right. Let's keep it moving here. So it's been mostly roses so far to this point, but we got to talk about week 5 here at Kansas City, October 11th. Yeah, it won't be as cold, but it's still Arrowhead Stadium. It's still the reigning Super Bowl champions. It's still Patrick Mahomes. It's still the thorn and Derek Carr's side, and we got to talk about this, guys. So Che, why don't you get in here and kick us off, and let's talk about this game in Arrowhead. This is it. This is the litmus test. This, regardless of what we picked through these first 4 games, the season starts for real right here.
Absolutely. And I appreciate that the NFL did us a fucking favor finally, and I don't know how many years, and gave us an early season game at Arrowhead rather than fucking being out there in the blizzards and fucking cold ass weather that we've been in the last few years. They did us a favor, right? They did us a favor. They actually hooked us up with giving us this away game at KC early in the season. That being said, we haven't won there. We haven't won there with Derek Carr. And so until he actually does it, I'm not going to say he's going to do it. I mean, I tried to do that. I tried to give us that away win the following season after 2016. And I've been trying to give us that away win against KC for the last few years, but I can't do it. You got to prove it to me, man. You got to go out there and show out. So until you actually do it, I'm not going to claim that you're going to do that. So I see this as a loss. And we already know how KC games can go, man. We've been there. We've done that. KC games could be close. We could be in the game, and then one play happens, and it's a fucking blowout. It's a rout. And so that's how I see this game happening. We could be in there, and then a fucking a big play happens, and they run away with the game. So I'm going to go ahead and say we already know what they do on offense. So I'm going to go ahead and say that they're going to put up 31 points against us, and the Raiders will falter. Hopefully we get above 20, but I'm going to say 20.
All right. Wow. Yeah. I mean, even in our house last year, it only took 1 quarter for the wheels to fall off bad.
So I'm saying.
So, Kane, why don't you get in here next, bro? What you got? Week 5 at Kansas City. This is the house of horrors right now.
Well, for me right now, Kansas City is on fire, and I hate that. I hate Kansas City, but right now, Kansas City just won a Super Bowl. They're on fucking fire. And with that being said, that house is going to be rocking when they come to play the Raiders. It always is. They have Raider Week in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. This goes down every year. This will be no different this year.
Yep.
And right now, the Chiefs are head and shoulders the better team. Even though we play this team, we have a certain amount of energy that we come out with, and we always play them really close in the first half of the game. And, then Andy Reid comes in and figures us out. And some say, oh, he's taking it easy on his boy John or this or that or whatever. I'm going to say they're the better team. Until we beat them, they are the better team. I don't disagree with Che in that. Until we beat them, they're the better team. So with that being said, especially in their house, even though it's not cold, we may play them close, and we may show that we'll be looking to play them again at home, because this will be a close game, because the Raiders have gotten better, and they will make sure they will be playing, I think, on all cylinders when it comes to week 5. I do. I think they will have gelled and everything, and they'll be playing great. Do I think they're going to win? No. I think it's going to be a high-scoring shootout between the two quarterbacks and the weapons between the two offenses, and we're gonna come down to a fourth quarter battle, and the Raiders are going to lose this one 34-31.
Wow, 34-31. Hey, in the fight. Like I said, man, this is the litmus test. They said Derek Carr needed weapons. They said he can't play in cold weather. Well, those boxes are checked off for this game. Last time I looked, the Chiefs play in Missouri, the show me state. Well, so far, Derek Carr hasn't shown me shit in Arrowhead. The Raiders are better, but they're not quite there. This is a loss, 34-17. The Chiefs take it, and that ketchup machine just keeps on rolling. That ketchup factory is open for business right now.
That's an ass whooping.
Alternate universe prediction. Andy Reid prepares the entire week for Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders. And John Gruden, for one game only, starts Marcus Mariota. He runs for 500 yards, and the Raiders win 50-10 in alternate universe.
I swear to God, I just heard a bunch of glass breaking like down the street. I'm pretty sure a bunch of people just threw their phones out the window right now, man.
No, but my real life prediction, this goes down as an L, 34-17. The Raiders lose to the Chiefs. But what does that make them at this point for me? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3-2 going into the bye for the Raiders. Still on the better side of the win column. No need to panic. But the Raiders do lose in Arrowhead. They're not quite there yet. 34-17. And we go back to cold weather games in Arrowhead for the rest of our life. But it is what it is. Bobby, finish this off once again. I promise you won't go last next. You're going to go first. This will be a doubleheader for you. So take us through this matchup at Arrowhead and bring us right into the return of Tom Brady in Tampa Bay.
Ooh, that's awesome, man, because honestly, it's funny that you said that, talking about the show me state. I mean, yeah, Derek Carr hasn't shown me shit, but neither has Gruden. I'm not sure if you guys remember, but they always show that statistic up on TV whenever we're watching about how Gruden has beaten Andy Reid so many times and blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I think Gruden's going to step up his game this time. And it's funny that you mentioned about the whole Mariota thing, about them not being prepared and this and that. Here's a hilarious, crazy scenario fact I'm going to throw out there. I'll just throw out the name, Bowden. He's just going to confuse the crap out of everything. Honestly, will that happen? I don't know, dude. But remember, now we actually got some sort of weapons. We got a QB that has won in Kansas City before. We have another player that has played QB in for Kentucky as well, and he actually did pretty damn good for not being that great. So honestly, I see Carr and Henry Ruggs III just turning it up, dude. I see them just fucking just doing it up this time, and I see us splitting the games. I see us taking Kansas City in Kansas City, dude. We gonna beat them 31-30. Why? Because Mad Max is gonna get 2 sacks. That's
damn. That's
right.
Hold on. That's a hot take, bro.
Yeah,
that's hot as shit. I'm burning up over here. That motherfucker's so hot,
dude. I took off my socks, bro. It's that hot up in here, dog. My feet are sweating, bro.
But I do agree with you, Bobby. I think it's gonna be a battle of the offensive weapons on each team.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hopefully by this time in the season, hopefully you're right, Bobby, and John Gruden is able now to get deeper into the playbook with those weapons. So, hey, that could very well happen. It could, if it's going to happen, this is the time for it to happen with the Chiefs falling in the schedule right where they are. But I'm not.
Year 3, like you said, bro. Mm-hmm. Show me stay. What the hell do you got, Gruden? I mean, because there's a lot of us that are showing our dislike for the moves that Derek Carr is doing, but are you hooking him up with the right plays? That's what I want to see. And like Kenny said, there is no cold. We're not dealing with that no more. So it's not like he has to deal with all the ice and all the snow out there. So he's got that going for him. So come on, guys.
So Lynn Bowden Jr. Bowden. Show me what you're working with. Check it out. Raiders going to a bye week after this. So we'll take a short break right here and let you know about OneNationFanwear.com. Look at the stitching on that hat. It's real nice. I mean, that's a real nice hat. That's a snapback, also available in the dad strap back. You can get that dad hat as well. But, Bobby, I promise you're going to take us right into Tampa Bay. So do that, man. Bobby Wasabi, Week 7 versus Tampa. Coming off a bye week, October 25th. This is another Sunday. This is another primetime game right here. Talk about it.
Well, this is that song that Chet was singing earlier, that whole redemption song, man. And honestly, I see this year being our redemption year against the Patriots and against Tom Brady. Tom Brady ain't no longer with the Patriots, but that don't mean we can't kick his ass. And especially seeing that we see him this year, we didn't get to have Tom Brady come to Oakland, to our stadium. Last time we met with each other was over in Estadio Azteca. Mm-hmm. So honestly, like I said, man, the Gronk may be back, with his boy Tom, he's going to be able to help him out. But honestly, I don't see it happening, dude. I see everyone just all the plays that Arians got going on. He's just going to focus just on Gronk and Tom, and that's it, dude. And there's not going to be anything there for him, dude. I honestly see us taking that game against Tampa by 10 points, 27-17.
Wow. Okay. I like that. That's consistent with what you picked earlier. Bobby Wasabi sticking to his guns. Kane, speaking of guns, shoot your shot, bruh. Buccaneers at Raiders, primetime television, October 25th. The return to Tom Brady.
I believe I have this as a loss.
Okay.
And I'll tell you why. I think Tampa Bay is a better team than the Raiders. Their problem was the quarterback, and I believe they think they fixed that problem. They have weapons on offense. Their defense is great. It's not great, but it's good. It's really good. And then they have Tom Brady. You know, I feel like this is one of those games where we just had a fight against Kansas City, though we played them close, and I still have that as a loss. We're going to come back and still be kind of reeling from that loss against Kansas City. And there might be some, this might be some close to mid-season where the Raiders, the young team, starts to run into some problems, some scenarios, and we run into a Tampa Bay team that's loaded with weapons on offense to help Tom Brady out, And even though it's a home game, it's still Tampa Bay with Tom Brady. So I'm going to say here we are in another close. I don't think no team is going to blow us out. I think our defense is going to come along pretty well.
Okay.
So I think a lot of our games will be, close. We'll have a lot of very close games. So I'm going to say the Raiders will lose this one 24-21.
Mm-hmm. Okay, 24-21, another close victory or another close game. I like that. I like that you have them close in all these games, even the losses. I think that's going to be important for this team this year. Despite what the outcomes are, stay competitive, stay in games, show that you got the fight, and build off of that. These young cats need that. They need that. No blowouts in 2020, no matter what, no blowouts. Che, why don't you take next? We're here at Tampa Bay at Las Vegas, primetime television.
He's still muted.
I got it, Doc. I got it. No, man. Listen, man. As hard as this is for me, I looked at this schedule and my heart wants to put W's next to a lot of these games, but I'm trying to be as least a homer as possible and as realistic as possible. So, this is a loss for me, man. I hate it. I hate to see it like that. I really hope that it's the other way. I really hope that we come out, we play the Buccaneers at home, we put an ass whooping on Tom Brady, send his ass back, and let him know it's time to retire. That's what I really hope it will happen. But there's a lot of unknown. We've already talked about that, right? Maybe as the season starts to progress and we start to see the things that we really are hoping for, I'll feel differently and I'll change my mind about this game. But as of right now, way too early to know. I'm saying we're going to lose to the Bucs in Vegas. And Tom Brady is going to take advantage. I think Tom Brady has shown that his experience always finds a way to win against us. So even games where I feel like we had the upper hand on him and we should have got the win, he always finds a way to win those games. So
right.
Until we see otherwise, I'm going to say it's a loss, and I'm going to go ahead and it's not a blowout. Okay, we're going to be in the game. We're going to show some things. We're going to grow again a little bit more in this game. So I have us losing this game, 24-21.
Okay, a close one. Here's the thing: Tampa Bay actually thinks they're a Super Bowl team. They're not, but they could be a front runner for the wild card. There in the NFC. They might even win the NFC South, though I doubt it. I think that's the Saints' division to lose. We're going to find out soon enough. Week 1, Tampa Bay faces New Orleans, and everybody's going to be watching that game. That game is going to be on everybody's TV. Although the Raiders missed their chance to exact revenge against Tom Brady and the New England Patriots, they get a chance at both this year in piecemeal fashion. Tampa Bay and Gronk do pose a significant threat to this young secondary in Las Vegas. And I have a feeling they're going to get the better of them. Combine that with Mike Evans and Goodwin on the outside, Tampa's offense, they do look legit. They could be better this year. The only thing they're really lacking, I think, who's running the ball over there in Tampa, guys? Help me out.
Oh, they got a good running back. I can't think. Benny. Oh,
they got Ronald Jones and Keyshawn Vaughn. Yeah,
they haven't been doing shit though. Yeah. Their running game hasn't done shit. Arians doesn't really use the running game as well. So
I'm not.
Well, that's why I'm not too confident in Gronk, man. Even though he's going to develop some plays. I mean, dude, look, he had OJ Howard on there, dude. OJ Howard was actually ranked very high when he came to draft, and he actually was doing pretty damn good, man. And so to see the way that OJ Howard was used last year, I was like, okay, that's nice.
Bobby, Jameis Winston was their quarterback last year. How many picks did that guy throw last year? I heard you.
That's what I said. They had it was the quarterback was their problem last year.
Yeah. I heard you saying that, and people in the chat talking about how Tampa didn't get better and their offense ain't shit. Look, there's weapons on that offense. It's just a matter of getting those weapons loaded. And I think I hate to say it, but I think Tom Brady can do it. I know he's falling off his game and all that, but he can still throw the football. He can still read a defense, and he can still scheme on the fly. And Tom Brady's going to be coaching that offense this year on the field.
Exactly.
Whether you like it or not, that's just what's going to happen. So I think Tampa's, this revamped Tampa offense with Tom Brady at the helm, I hate to say it, but I think they do get a victory in Sin City, and the Raiders lose this one 27-20. And this is the game. I'm like, Che, this is the game. Tampa Bay, not the strongest defense. They had some problems last year. Then again, they were giving the ball away a lot. We're coming out of the bye week. I really wanted this to be. We're coming out the bye week here. I wanted this to be a win. I still want this to be a win, but something inside me says, you know what? We're going to revisit these predictions down the road, and I want to give myself some wiggle room. Call it hedging my bets. Call it what you want.
No, I'm with you, Kenny. I'm with you on that. Some you wanna pick this as a win. When I looked at this on the schedule, I was like, win, but Tom Brady takes you to another place, and it's like, you know what? Got to give it a loss.
So
got to stay grounded, bro.
Yeah, and every year we look at the schedule, and there's games that you're going to mark as a win that we're not going to win. There's going to be games you mark as an L that we come out ahead in, and you just can't figure it out why going into that. And I think this is the one where you look at it and you go, yeah, we can win, but this is the one you walk away from shaking your head going, damn it, Tom Brady got us again. And I hate to say that, man. It really pains me to say that here to you guys through this microphone, but yeah, I got this going down as a loss. Again, another one-score loss, 27-20, and the Raiders are licking their wounds with another home loss. So it's unfortunate to say that, but it is what it is. Kane, why don't you kick us off here in Week 8 versus the Browns? For me, this was another tough game, but I'm going to let you tell the story first. November 1st, starting to get into the fall portion of the season, 10 a.m. start time in Cleveland. Give it to me, man.
For the Browns are a very talented team. But for some reason, the Browns can't get out of their own goddamn way. And until I see the Browns actually using that talent and becoming matching the talent with the win-loss column, I'm going to say we can always beat the Browns. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this. If you want to make the playoffs, you got to beat the Browns. That without a doubt. I don't care if you play them on fucking Mars. You got to beat them. You know what I'm saying? Or you're not a playoff team. Absolutely, 100% unequivocally not a playoff team. So with that being said, we're going to go on the road.
Kane A. Smith in the house right here.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to go on the road, 10 a.m. start. Long flight, early start. It's not going to be too cold, Derek, so you ain't got to worry about being cold. You know what I'm saying? And I think we're going to walk away with a victory. If we don't beat the Browns, bro, we're not, fuck that. We're not a playoff team.
Okay.
They ain't done shit. They can't get out of their own way. So the Raiders walk out of that game, and this is one game we do go away, and we come away looking like we're a team. Now, we deep into the season now, about to go into a bye week. So we starting to look at playoff, whether we can actually make a run at the playoffs. This is a game you have to have absolutely to make the playoffs. Raiders win 27-10.
Wow, good points there, Kane. Good points. Very convincing. Bobby, why don't you take it next? What do you got in this game? Raiders at Browns.
Damn, dude. When I was looking at this, I was remembering the last time that we met up, and it was 2018, I believe, and it was week 4 or some shit like that. And we ended up going overtime, and we barely ended up winning that game as well. We won it with a great touchdown, but we barely ended up winning it.
Crazy game.
And honestly, it should not have gone to overtime. Bobby, we should have lost that game.
You were fated that game, dog. You were fated.
I know.
Bobby didn't make it to overtime.
Dude.
Bobby did not make it to overtime that game.
Hey, I heard overtime on the radio in the parking lot when I was throwing up, all right? But I heard that motherfucker. And I was like, what the hell is going on? I had to rewatch it again, too, because, I was pretty messed
You were still in the house. The parking lot is still the house.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, exactly,
true.
Man.
Yeah. And Bobby, just for the record, Bobby did not leave early. He got kicked out in true Raider fashion. You get points for that, dog. You get points for that.
That's right. Hey, and shout out to my boy Gil, who actually had to fucking manhandle my way the fuck out of there, dude. It was like that 3-legged race, except I was just dead drunk and he was carrying me, dog. But the way I see this game shaking out, it sucks to say this, but especially to a team like the Browns, there's so much shit that I've talked about the Browns in the last who knows how many years, but I think we're going to lose this game 27-24.
Oh, wow.
The reason why is I think it's going to be a trap game, dude. Honestly, dude, I see it happening because I believe that Baker Mayfield is finally going to turn that page and he's going to start clicking with OBJ, with Jarvis Landry, man. We have to remember, dude, is that the Browns do got weapons, man. They do got weapons in the air. They do got weapons on the ground, and their defense is not the best, but they are good, man. And like I said, I just remember that game, that 2018 game, dude. And I was like, fuck, dude, it should not have been that close.
That was a different team though, Bobby. That was in all due respect, that was a different team.
True that. It is 2018. It was a whole different regime. Yep. But I'm just going off of that sad memory of me getting carted away and just us losing by 3.
All right. Another close one, though. Hey, you can't knock the competitiveness. A lot of these losses that we're chalking up, I know it hurts you guys to hear that, but we have this team competitive in every game so far, for the most part. I'm going to get in here next, and then, Shay, I'm gonna have you do a back-to-back. I'm going to have you round this out and kick us off against the Chargers. Cool?
Ooh.
Since you got them fucking Charger headphones on. Anyways.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
I'm just playing, bro. I'm not trying to stop Barry, bro.
He's a San Diego chicken.
Have you run the 2-minute drill just to check your credentials, bro. I'm just playing.
This is Dodger blue, bro. This is not fucking Charger. This is not powder blue, bro.
I better watch my step. Shay's going to jump through this screen right now.
Don't let me hop in the truck, Kenny.
I ain't got no chance.
I'll show up at the crow's nest, dog.
For you to have on blue headphones, we play a lot of teams in blue this year, bro.
He's trolling them. He's like, I got your headphones right here. He's sweating all up in them headphones right now. He's putting the funk on them for it. Yeah, so I feel it. That's reverse psychology. All right, week 8 at the Browns. Look, the Browns have been loading up on talent for like the last 3 years, but they've been mired in bad coaching and front office drama. Look, I called it on this show. The Browns were on Hard Knocks, and I was like, Hugh Jackson is the clown we always feared he was. He is that pedicure, nail polish coach, bro, and he got the eject real quick. Enter Freddie Kitchens, who could not figure out how to run the ball to save his life. And I told y'all he wouldn't last the season. Somehow he did, but he didn't last the offseason. Freddie Kitchens got the eject. Enter Kevin Stefanski, offensive coordinator for the Vikings last year. Now they got a guy who might actually be a legit coach. I don't know if he's head coach material, but he's not clowning around. This guy's NFL caliber coaching talent. But they, like Kane said, they can't get out of their own way. However, the Browns are looking to take advantage of a now loaded offense. They got weapons over there. Kane told you last week he likes Baker Mayfield. Hey, I actually like Baker Mayfield too. They got Nick Chubb over there. They got a wide receiver core. I like Njoku as a tight end. I like that kid. He actually won me over in that season of Hard Knocks. I'm glad they held on to that kid. He's built, man. He's built like a tight end. That's all I'm going to say. The weather, it's going to be moderate, but the competition gets a little bit stiffer. This road is getting a little bit longer. The Raiders stay competitive in this one, but unfortunately, I got them losing a heartbreaker on the road, 13-20. Again, it's a close one. I'm glad Kane has this as a W. I feel good that one of us has this down as a W. I'm glad about that. I had to put this one down as an L. It's just we're getting longer in the season. Rookies are maybe starting to hit the wall a little bit. It's going to be a tough one, but they falter 13-20 in a trap game. Che, take us into Cleveland, round this out, and then take us into LA.
All right, man. Listen, I gotta say, I agree with you guys, man. With you, Kenny, and Bobby. I have this down as a loss too. I want to put it down as a win. I do. I want to put it down as a win. But I see the Cleveland Browns a lot like the Raiders, bro, in terms of like putting things together and just haven't gelled right. Eventually, you assume they're gonna gel, right? You assume that they're gonna fucking start to put something together. And I think if they have any future in actually doing that, right around week 8 is going to be the time you start to see it, right? So I think we've already been through the OBJ weapon. We know Baker Mayfield's in here for his 3rd season now as the quarterback. They got receiving talent, okay? They got 2 running backs in Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb that have been proven in past seasons. They're proven running backs. They're weapons. The coaches, like you said last season, I don't know what the fuck they were doing, man. There's no reason why they shouldn't have been just annihilating people with that run game. Maybe it has to do with the offensive line. We'll see what the offensive line looks like.
Bad coaching,
but
they didn't run the ball.
It's the organization. It's the whole organization.
I agree, but you got weapons. They have the talent, and I would go on. I would have to say that they have more proven talent than we have. Okay, so they might be a little more talented than we are just because they have proven in past years. They have veterans on their team. They have veterans at the wide receiver group. They have veterans in the running back group. They have they have a defense that's been gelling together for the past few years too. Mm-hmm. So there's no reason why these guys shouldn't start putting some shit together. Okay, I expect us to do the same. But then you take into account they added Austin Hooper, who's another fucking good tight end out of Atlanta. They just signed that motherfucker to 4 years. So now you have Njoku and Hooper. Mm-hmm. Now you're looking at like a fucking Waller and Moreau type of deal. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
they're gonna have some firepower, man. They're gonna be able to do some things. And it's all about that coaching staff. If that coaching staff comes correct and they put them in a position to win, they're gonna be tough to beat. I want this to be a W, but I think it's gonna be a loss, man.
I'm glad you mentioned the defense. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Sheldon Richardson, Derek Carr. Watch out for Carl Joseph coming on the missile.
Carl Joseph, that's what I was going to
say. At the beginning of this take, I said they're very talented. I noted that. Notably, they have a lot of talent, a ton of talent. It's a matter of whether they can match that talent in the win-loss category. That's and until I see that, I think we have talent as well, and we did play good when our talent was healthy. We didn't just play dysfunctional. They had OBJ, they had Landry, they had Baker Mayfield most of the season, and they played dysfunctional. They played a dysfunctional game. And until I see those pieces come together from the coaching staff, I have to think that we can play. We did actually play better and look better as a cohesive team with a healthy offense. Mm-hmm. So we're in my mind, we're the better team as far as being gelled and continuity and playing together and being effective in the play call and playmaking area, where they're still struggling, trying to find their way. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I gave it a win for us. If we want to make the playoffs, we have to beat that team. That team is the team, that and the Bills. We have to beat those teams that are trying to make the playoffs too.
We hear you, bro. We hear you, bro.
I don't disagree with you, man. I agree with you 100%, but I say they've been doing the chemistry thing a little longer than we have. And so I'm going to give them the edge. The homer in me wants to say, fuck that. We're going to go in there and we're going to fuck them up. We're going to beat them. But I'm the realist in me, and I'm trying to be as realistic as possible. I say the gelling time that they've had, the years that their defense has had to grow together, I think they got a little bit of an edge on us. Not a lot. Yeah. Not a lot. But they got a little bit of an edge on us, and I expect us to be in the game but lose a close one. I'm going to say 28-24.
Wow. Okay. Take us to L.A., man.
The Chargers. Now we can get back to winning.
This a 1 o'clock kickoff. This a road game with a 1 o'clock kickoff in our home away from home in our best friend's house.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's like we're going to see our girlfriend, bro. It's like
it's going to see your ex-girlfriend.
It's going to your girlfriend house, who's also your house too. You know what I'm saying? You got your clothes and shoes and shit too. You know what I'm saying?
If it was an ex-girlfriend, it would be a really bad experience, dog. Okay, but this is gonna be a good experience. So it's like going to see your girlfriend before you guys move in together. You're like, yo, go visit my girlfriend, my home away from home. This is what it is, man. Going to see the San Diego Chargers. I said San Diego Chargers. LA Chargers, I guess that's what they are for now, until maybe they get ran out.
Bro, they're just the Chargers. They ain't got a home.
They're just the Chargers. Spark plugs. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna fucking run their house like we do every fucking season, anyways, bro. The black hole's gonna show up in strength to LA. We're going to take over that new stadium just like we took over their soccer field and just like we took over Qualcomm when they were in fucking San Diego, okay? We're going to take over wherever the fuck they go. As a matter of fact, Chargers, go to Spain. We'll go over there and take over that field too, dog, okay? I don't care where you go. We're going to take over the game. It's our home field every time you play us. You don't got no home games against us, okay? And we're going to go in there. We're going to beat their ass, okay? I'm going to say it. Sorry. I don't understand where the fuck Charger fans get off thinking that they somehow improved this offseason. I don't understand that, okay? I understand you're excited about people that you drafted, okay? I mean, I understand that. But listen, how is it that you're going to tell me that your team got better losing your veteran quarterback and replacing him with a rookie quarterback?
Yeah.
That doesn't make no fucking sense.
No.
Come on, dog. Like, this is you're retarded. If you think your team got better, come on, man. Your team didn't get better. Let's be real. That kid's gonna take an ass whooping. We're gonna hand it to him, and he's gonna say, "Shit, Raider Nation is no joke. I really wish they would have drafted me, but that didn't happen. That didn't happen, kid. That didn't happen. Okay?
Yeah.
We would have to rugs.
Put a stamp on it.
But listen, we're gonna go in there. We're gonna win this game. Okay, we're gonna beat the Chargers in our home away from home, and it's gonna be a nice win, man. We're gonna be celebrating in the fourth quarter early. So I'm gonna say 30. Let's go ahead and say 34. Okay, let's say 34. To 21. I'll give them 21. Okay. They get a late score. A late
garbage.
Nonsense score.
Yeah. Charger time, touchdown, garbage time. Bobby, why don't you get in there? Man? Takes to LA. How is this going to show me your lightning bolt or don't?
That sounded kind of weird, bro. I've had to register for stuff like that, dog.
Okay, all right, okay.
I had to say honestly, yeah, it's a home game at South Oakland or West Vegas, however you want to call it.
Okay,
but it's definitely yeah, dude. We're gonna handle them, dude. For everything what Che said, bro. I mean, if they decide to put Herbert in there, yeah, he's going to get a very rude awakening when it comes to Raider Nation. It doesn't matter where he plays, whether he plays in LA or in Vegas, he's still going to get a rude awakening from Raider Nation, both on the field and the whole crowd himself. But, you know, it's most likely going to be Tyrod Taylor, dog. And, I mean, it's Tyrod Taylor. Enough said. So, yeah, 27-10, we gonna whoop on them, dude. Like I said, they gonna try a little bit. I'm gonna let them kick from the ground, 10 points, but still we gonna whoop their ass 27-10.
All right.
Yo, real quick. But by week 9, you think Tyrod Taylor's still gonna be in there? I don't know about that. I don't know. I think their season might be done with by that time. They're gonna be like, hey, let's just go ahead and put the kid in. That's just my comment.
Yeah, pretty much.
Fair enough.
Well, week 9 is my. Remember, week 9 is my week 1. If we go back to saying that half the season is shot, so
okay,
yeah, I could definitely see that happening. Like they just give Tyrod Taylor the pink slip right before the damn fucking season starts.
Did you put a score on that, Bobby? Did you give us a score?
Yeah, 27-10. We gonna whoop on them by 17 points.
All right, so it goes to you, Kane. The Los Angeles Chargers of nowhere.
Well, pretty much the Chargers don't have a quarterback right now. We don't know what Justin Herbert is going to look like, and we know what Tyrod Taylor is going to look like. So if you can't beat Tyrod Taylor and a Chargerless offense, because due to the quarterback, you don't need to make the playoffs. These are games that you have to win to make the playoffs. So I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm wasting my time talking about this. We need to go into our second home away from home, and blow this team out. And it's funny because we already saying they new home, their new home, brand new home. They ain't even played a game in. It's our home too. So you know how that game gonna be. We we coming off a bye week too. You know what I'm saying? I believe we coming off a bye in that game if I'm not mistaken. Raiders go in and we blow this team out with no quarterback. Very good defense, no quarterback. With no quarterback, no points. 28-14.
I like that. Ooh, I like that score right there. Write that down, Raider Nation, 28-14. Look, we already know LA Raider fans are going to be in the building. The NFL did not want Raider Nation in LA, but guess what? We're already there. What I want to see is all these brand new and some not new Vegas Raider fans show up as well. That's a hop, skip, and a jump through the desert. A lot of LA fans going to be riding out to Vegas. So Vegas Raider Nation, it's on you. This is tradition. If you're brand new, welcome to the house. Welcome to the House of Silver and Black. Now you got to show up in Los Angeles as well. You get 9 home games a year if you live in Vegas. By the way, you're on notice right now. Okay, so we need you showing up over there in this LA stadium that's shaped like the Rams logo, not the Chargers logo. Yeah, it ain't your house. By the way, Herbert in French is pronounced Hair Bear. By the way, in French.
Oh, I thought you were going to say A-Bear. Okay,
yeah. That's funny. It's Hair Bear Tampax.
Hair Bear. There's an extra R in there, Kane.
Oh, hey. I knew some hair bears, bro, back in the days. Chicks with the Aquanet in their fucking hair, bro. And poofy ass bangs, dog.
Bro, I live in Gilroy. I know some hair bears tonight.
You smell Aquanet, bro. You know they're playing fucking. They're playing freestyle too, bro.
Damn, he said Aquanet. Bobby, you went way. You draw way back to go to Aquanet, bro. That was the shit I used to spray in my fucking hair on my natural.
Yeah. CBB, bro. Johnny O's coming for you.
Coming for that spot. Hey, we're walking up in there. We're making ourselves at home. We're going straight to the kitchen. We're opening up the fridge. We're pulling bowls out the cabinet. We're making cereal, and the milk is cold. The milk is cold.
And
baby.
Our jackets and shoes and shit
cold.
is all the way in y'all's closet already.
It's a brand new house.
You got a closet in that motherfucker.
It's a brand new house. I'm walking up in there. I'm pissing on the carpet. I'm shitting in the kitchen sink. I'm ruining that house. That's a brand new house.
In the hallway.
I'm looking for the box that say Kane stuff on it. Shit.
I'm leaving a flaming paper bag on your doorstep. Everything, everywhere. Your new house is foul now. When I'm leaving that spot. Look, every single year, the Chargers are expected to improve off the previous year, and every year they fall flat on their fucking face. And now, with the exit of Philip Crimea Rivers and the entrance of Tyrod Taylor and Justin Herbert, and zero changes to that offensive line, which every year is porous. I don't give a fuck. It's injuries. It's always one thing or another. The Raiders' young pass rush shows up again against a division rival in this home away from home battle. The Raiders get a bone with the crowd, and they start with the time in their favor. 1:05 p.m. start time on an away game. You can't ask for much more than that. And what's more, the Chargers' edge rushers, they're going to be forced to play against Josh Jacobs coming straight at them. That's how you defeat a pass rush. You run straight at them. And a quick passing game. By the way, this quick passing game, I haven't mentioned them yet. You guys have mentioned them. And this quick, short passing game to negate the pass rush of the Chargers. Look for Ruggs to have his breakout game with an 80-yard reception to the house. Late in the season, Ruggs and the rest of this Raiders young core, they bust out. And they pick up a much-needed win in L.A., 27-13. Raiders back in the win column. Kenny Stapler, you heard it here first. I'm going to take us into Denver since I'm on a roll.
Let's do it.
Broncos Raiders, 1:05 p.m. start time. It's November 15th. It's Las Vegas. I'm sorry, I'm not taking us into Denver. We're staying right here at home, in home with Las Vegas. They're coming in here after a trip to Atlanta. They're flying. They got some mileage on them. For the Raiders, this is part 2 in a trilogy of divisional matchups. Now, while the Broncos have added young talent to the rebuilding roster, they will be entering the Death Star to face a fan base that always gets loud against them donkeys. The Raiders' young core will have found their footing by Week 10, and the Raiders will be full of vim and vinegar trying to make up ground in their division. The Silver and Black have too much motivation and too many reasons not to lose this game at home. The Raiders get the W with Brian Edwards collecting 2 red zone scores in the black hole. The Raiders win this game 20-30 at home. It's a 10-point victory against the Donkeys. I said it. They win back-to-back for the first time this season in my predictions. Che, you got next. I'm bringing you on. Kane, you're going to go last in this round, but you're going to take us into the next game as well. So hang tight. I'm going to need you for the back-to-back on this one, Kaner. Che, you got next, and Bobby, it's on you.
Yeah, man. So listen, I got us winning this game too, dog. Great minds think alike, dog. Great minds think alike. I got us beating the Chargers and the Broncos back to back. Chargers, it's a home game, and the Broncos is a home game. So fuck yeah, we're gonna go back to back wins. Why the hell not? Listen, I know Denver's doing what they got to do to try to improve. They went out, they tried to grab themselves a speedster. They got themselves Judy. They got some weapons. Okay, they're gonna try to improve. They're improving, man. They're trying to compete in this division as well, just like everybody else is, right? But I think, like I said, the chemistry, the veteran presence that we have in our offense, specifically offensive line, I think that's going to carry us, man. I think that's going to carry us. Yeah, Drew Lock, he had himself a decent year last season. I know the Broncos fans are all excited. They think he's the second coming of John Elway, but he's not. He's not. He's not. And you guys are gonna find that out in season 2 when he gets his ass whooped in Vegas. Okay, so we're gonna beat the Broncos. We're gonna serve it up real nice to them. And I'm not even concerned about their edge rush. Okay, the last few seasons, all we've heard about is, oh, here comes the Broncos and their defense and their edge rushers, and they don't do shit against our offensive line. Okay, we handle those boys, bro. Okay, Von Miller comes over, sees Trent Brown and his humongous ass. He ain't doing shit against Trent Brown, bro. He ain't doing nothing against Trent Brown, okay? And our boys, Miller's holding down his own as well, okay? So, listen, I think we're going to win this game. I think it's going to be another nice, decisive win, okay? I'm going to go ahead and say the Raiders put up 28 points to I'm going to give them 13. I'm going to give them 13. 13 points. Okay. 28 to 13.
28 to 13. That's decisive. Bobby, decidedly, what's your prediction for this game?
I got us beating the Broncos 21-14. We're going to beat them by a touchdown. And honestly, the reason why I see us beating them is because, that may be cool. Locke may be finally getting some sort of rhythm last year towards the tail end of the year. He's finally, seeing the speed of the game. He's able to read things a little bit better, and that's cool and everything. But he's going into our house with a couple of rookie wide receivers. You got Judy and you got KJ Hamler. And honestly, they've only played one other divisional rival up until this point, and the other divisional rival that the Broncos have played has been at Kansas City. So you're playing Kansas City first, then you're coming, stepping into our dome. It's not going to happen. And I don't see them being able to pull that off, even with those offensive weapons that they have there in the wide receiver room. Yeah. Not only that, you also have to remember that, they got Melvin Gordon, but I mean, look, he held out for I forget how many games, and when he came back, he wasn't all that, man. Honestly, dude.
He wasn't.
And honestly, I don't see them doing it. I see Lindsey doing more than Gordon will for the Broncos. But, I mean, just with Gordon being there, dude, he's not going to be, something that we're going to have to, look out for that much or whatever. Honestly, I see us pulling this off, a W, 21-14.
Got it. All right, Kane, you got the back-to-back. You got the doubleheader right here. So round us out against Denver, and they're going to take us right into the next game against Kansas City. I got you up. So, again.
I think we beat Denver. I think we beat Denver handily. I think they still have a young quarterback, although Drew Lock is good and they do have weapons on offense now. Melvin Gordon was out for 10 weeks last year. So, he came back late and he didn't look as great. That doesn't mean he won't look great this year. But and again, you're going to hear me say this a lot. If you want to make the playoffs, this is a team you have to beat. Again, these are games that are supposed to be winnable games in these when you're looking at the schedule. And this is a winnable game. Denver has their defense is good, but it's kind of tailing off a little bit. It seemed like it's getting a little bit old. It might be starting to need to add some more pieces to it, So I think they're trying to use the defense to make one more quick run by they added all the offensive weapons to try to help Drew Lock out. It's not going to beat us. We are the better team. We are the more established team. We should have beat them last year in the last game. Yeah. They cheated us out of that win.
They did.
You know what I'm saying? And so this, again, I believe this is a home game, and we're going to tear that asshole wide open this game. So, I have this game as a win, and I think the Raiders are going to put a whooping. This is going to be the first whooping you see in Allegiant Stadium, 34-17 Raiders. 34-17 Raiders.
Oh.
Because next week, the following week, we got to get ramped up. We got a 5:20 start against the division rival who will probably be in first place in the division coming up next week. So we have to go into playing Denver with the mindset that we finna whoop y'all's ass. We want to come out of this game feeling really good about ourselves because we're getting ready to play our division rival next week. So going into the Kansas City game, segueing into that, I have that as a loss. Until we beat Kansas City, I'm going to say they're going to beat us. Okay. I don't care where you play them. Until you beat them, they're a better team than we are. Now, are they going to whoop our ass in Vegas? I don't think so. I think by this time of the season, the offense will have gelled. I think the young receivers will have picked up a little bit more of the offense. I think Henry Ruggs has started to chug along and get better as the season goes. Josh Jacobs will be Josh Jacobs. Waller will be Waller. But they also have Mahomes. They got Tyreek Hill. They got Watson. They got a run game. They got Edwards-Helaire. This team is coming in here to whoop our ass, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to play a very close game at home against Kansas City. It's going to be a high-scoring game, 34-31 Kansas City.
All right. Yeah, I know it stings a little bit, Raider Nation, but, can't spin facts, man. Until they beat KC's beating us, and I want them to prove us wrong, and then we'll start changing our opinion on that. But we haven't seen a game in 2020 yet, and so 2019 they looms large over us, and all the years prior to that. So I hear you, bro. I want to point out this is now week 11. I've been saying the last two predictions, the young core is putting up some plays, and they're getting us through. But last year, and I hate to bring up old shit, in week 11, this young core hit the fucking wall. I was there. I saw it in person. I was sitting next to Kane and Bobby in a cold New Jersey stadium, and the Raiders lost 34-3. And y'all wanted to blame the defense. 3 points, y'all wanted to blame the defense. I'm not going to go off on that. The following week, we come home and we play KC and we lose 40-9. Okay. Was that at home or was that on the road?
That was away.
That was a away game. We lose 40-9. Okay. It's week 11 right here. The Raiders are one game up in the win column. I guess you could say they're in the building and they're feeling themselves. Shout out to Mac Dre, rest in peace. Unfortunately, as the season creeps on, the youngsters, they're starting to feel it too, but in a bad way. Last year, the Raiders hit the wall again in New Jersey. They faltered hard. They went on to compile 4 straight losses after that and fell flat on their face, despite having wild card hopes after a trifecta of wins in weeks 8, 9, and 10. I mean, they just fell flat on their face. And that's kind of, if you look at my chart right now, that's kind of how I have it lined up. And I hate to predict it this way, but I'm just going off of historical numbers. I expect similar results this season, especially with the turbocharged Chiefs in town. You hate to see it, but the silver and black, they get swept by the ketchup chucking Chiefs in their own home. They lose 40-9. You want me to change the future? You got to change history first. You hate to see it, but that's what I'm putting down on paper here. Prove me wrong. Damn. I'll be happy to be wrong. Bobby, finish this out. Or sorry, no, we still got Che and Bobby. Bobby, why don't you get in? Che, why don't you take the roundup on this?
Yeah. Even though we're at home, I'm actually with you on this one, dog. We don't do so well down the stretch when it comes to our schedule. And not only that, I honestly see Edwards-Helaire actually improving by this time already, which should be mid-season. I'd see him improving enough for us to start to worry about him, to let Mahomes do what Mahomes does. I hate it because I hate him. I'm just not going to hold back, dog. I'm a hater when it comes to that, dude. I hate seeing Mahomes. I hate seeing Kelsey, dog.
We hate the Chiefs, man. Fuck the Chiefs.
Patrick Mahomes, he's the Steph Curry of the NFL, man.
I do, man, but those bastards, bro. And yeah, dog, honestly,
it's changing the game.
I see us just because of that bad luck of just down the stretch, man, that we've had in time and time again. I just see us losing it 30-20, man. It's still going to be a high scoring game, but it's going to be a loss by 10.
Yeah, Raiders let it get away from them in that one.
I think we play Kansas City a little bit tighter this year. I think we show a little bit of improvement. We don't beat them, but I think we play them very close to give us some hope for 2021. That's why I keep saying I think all of our games, lose or win, are going to be close. This is that team this year. This is that young team that's trying to fight to make it. I think some of the games will fight and some of the games will lose. I
hope you're right, Kane. I really do. I'm praying for that. Che, man, finish this out. Che got me? Is Che frozen over there?
Yeah, man.
There he is.
I mean, I'm with you, Kane. No, you got me? You got me?
Yeah, we got you. We got you.
Okay. All right. I'm with you, Kane. I feel like this team is going to play them a lot closer. I hope that they play them a lot closer, right? The last few seasons we've seen a struggle on the back end, and most importantly, we're playing away in the second half of the season most times, man. We're playing at KC and cold weather and that kind of shit, and it really affects the outcome of the game. It makes it look really fucking bad. Last season we had a pretty good first half against KC, and then they fucking just outscored us in one quarter and ended the game at home. I look for us to be in this game a lot longer than that. That being said, I think it's still a loss. I think they take it. I think for the obvious reasons, man, they are what we're trying to catch up to. Okay, let's not lie to ourselves and say that they're not a better team. It's proven they fucking won the Super Bowl. Have we won a Super Bowl? Okay, like I don't get Raider fans getting upset when we fucking kick the truth to you. Like, if you're going to get mad because I tell you we're going to lose to the Super Bowl fucking champions, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. Like,
damn.
We're not there yet.
Right.
We haven't gotten there yet.
Right.
So if
Kool-Aid drinkers, bro. Kool-Aid drinkers. They all Kool-Aid drinkers. They drinking too much fucking Kool-Aid if you think about beating the Chiefs before you ever beat them.
This is what
after
I'm saying.
They won
like,
a Super Bowl.
We gotta show that we can compete with them consistently. And we got to show that we're on their level before we start talking about beating these guys on a regular basis. Okay, we saw some fight in this team. Me and you, Kenny, we were there when we beat them in fucking overtime. Okay, when we had to score 3 fucking touchdowns in a row, play after play after play. We were there in the stadium, fucking jumping, and we were having a good time.
It wasn't even overtime. It was Novertime, bro.
It was Novertime. That's right. It was Novertime.
The refs tried so hard to give them that game.
I'm saying overtime because they reset that clock like 15 fucking times, bro.
They didn't want the Raiders to win.
Listen, they didn't, but we did. We came out that game. And so I expect to see a little bit of that grit, a little bit of that fight in this squad here in its third season for our quarterback in this system. Uh-huh. It's second season for a lot of the guys that we took that we're excited about from last season. Uh-huh. And all these veterans that were brought over, the linebackers and the defensive tackle, like we brought over people to make shit happen. And so this is at the time towards the end of the season is when we should start seeing some payoff from those free agents, those guys that we came in and we thought we're going to solidify the position. So I want to see some competitiveness from these players. I want to see some guys actually fucking holding their own, right? And I say 28-24 will be the score. Okay, KC will win 28-24, but we will at least have some fucking pride walking out of that stadium and say, you know what? Next season, it's on, motherfuckers. It's on. All right?
There we go. Building blocks. Bobby Wasabi, man, you got next.
Wait, on Kansas?
No, we're moving on to Hotlanta.
Oh, my bad, dude. Shit, dude.
It's an away game at the end of November, but again, the NFL throws us a bone. We're playing in the dome.
Too many Che-Las, bro.
Too many Kid Dynamites, bro. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I had one earlier too.
Dynamite.
Hey man, 7.8 wait.
Dynamite.
8.7 cent to catch up to you real quick. Though.
Yeah. Poor Kenny got to manage 3 drunk motherfuckers every week.
Hey. Speak for yourselves, motherfuckers. Okay.
All right, so for Hotlanta,
I was drunk in the draft party though.
That was just tailgate chair, everybody.
that was tailgate chair. That's for
yeah,
sure.
Dude. All right, so for Hotlanta, I got us pulling the W, 20-10. We gonna do it by 10 points. The reason why is because, honestly, even though Julio Jones had good numbers, is that, I mean, they still ended up 7-9, bro. Seriously, dude. I didn't see much from them last year. They didn't make much of an improvement. They were okay at the most, but they really ain't much. Not only that, with the addition of Todd Gurley to the running back crew, I mean, the most they're going to get is a non-arthritic knee. But in reality, we all know that knee's blown out, dude. There's a reason why the Rams gave him the pink slip, bro. So, yeah, dude, I see us handling Atlanta, even though we going all the way to the Freaknik out there. We gonna get them, dog, by 10 points.
I like that. All right, Che, why don't you take the next, and we'll go up to Kane, and then I'll finish this off.
Okay. I got this as a loss. I like your take, Bobby. I hope that's the right one. I hope that's the right call, dog. I hope we do go out there and beat Atlanta, but I don't know.
I thought you were talking about the Freaknik. I was like, yeah, that's the right call too, bro.
Yeah, no, it's the right call to go to the Freaknik, bro.
Players ball, bro.
For sure.
Oh,
but now listen.
Came.
Yeah. Shout out, Outcast. Shout out. Listen, I'm gonna say that we lose this game, and it's I just think that veteran quarterbacks that are above average in some ways get us, man. They just have a tendency to beat us, and until we show consistency beating legitimate quarterbacks, right? Legitimate fucking, veteran and upper echelon quarterbacks, I think we can't have that expectation that we're just gonna like run over them. So Matty Ice has shown in the past that he can get shit done. So I don't expect him to just stop, especially when you got the weapon that you got in Julio Jones. And again, we got some young DBs back there. This is going to be the first time they see Julio Jones. None of these motherfuckers have seen Julio Jones. Okay, we didn't play Atlanta last season. Nobody on this team, none of our DBs have seen these guys, except for Randall, right, who came over from Cleveland. He's been around. I'm sure he's seen him. And who else we got back there? Heath from the Cowboys, right? Mm-hmm. These guys are veterans, but I don't know. Did they play them? I don't know if they played Julio Jones. Outside of that, this is youth against a veteran, established number one receiver and a beast of a fucking receiver.
Yeah.
So I expect them to take some lumps. There is no fucking shame in that. There's no shame in that. You take some lumps against the number one receiver in the league. A lot of people see this guy as the number one receiver in the league. So there's no shame in that. Todd Gurley, yeah, I think Bobby hit it on the nail. I don't think the Rams would have been so quick to let him go. But I think also the running back position isn't valued as it was anymore, man.
Did you say Todd? Did you say Todd?
Todd.
Shout out to Scott for the donation, by the way. I meant to catch up on that.
Hell yeah. No, listen, I think there's a possibility that Todd Gurley's knee is done for. Okay, there's a very good possibility that that's the case. I think it's also the
Gurley
Rams,
knee.
It's
Todd's Gurley knee.
Todd's Gurley knee. But I think there's also there's a chance that the Rams said, well, why are we going to reinvest in a guy that we think might not have a whole lot more left in him? That makes sense too. That's just fucking business, y'all. So you let him go to another team. That doesn't mean he's not going to be productive. So until we see unproductive Todd Gurley, I'm going to give him a shot to go out there and make some noise for Atlanta, at least for a season. Yeah. They got Hayden Hurst from Baltimore. He kind of got replaced as the tight end, but he's kind of sought after, and he was kind of making some noise before he got replaced in Baltimore. So he might actually do a good job in replacing Hooper. As far as their draft goes, their draft, I don't know. Let's see. I'm looking over here at these draft picks real quick. Bear with me. I want to see who they got. I want to get So they got cornerback out of Clemson, AJ Terrell.
They got
so they're trying to make some improvement on the defense. Matt Hennessy. Yeah. You jumped straight to the third round pick for good reason, man. That last name right there. It's got it.
AJ Terrell. They had a hell of draft picks.
Yeah, they had a lot of draft picks. So they had what? They had a first rounder, second rounder, third rounder, 2 fourth rounders. and a 7th rounder. Not too much. Not too bad. But there's been other teams that have had far more draft picks than them.
Yeah.
But they got A.J. Terrell and Marlon Davidson at Auburn as an edge rusher. We'll see how they turn out. You know, I think Terrell is gonna be a good pick. I don't know where Marlon Davidson falls. I didn't see a whole lot of tape on him. He played for Auburn. Auburn had a good defense, so I'm sure he's going to be decent. But who knows if he's going to be this barn burner in the NFL. We'll see. It's a wait and see. But I think they're going to be solid. They're going to be decent, and they're going to challenge us, specifically our defense. They're going to challenge our defense. And for those reasons, I'm saying that Atlanta's going to win this game. And I'm going to say they win it 21-20. I think it's going to be close.
Another close one. Kane, it's on you, man. Hot Atlanta.
Well, Atlanta, what we failed to mention about Atlanta is they went 4-2 in their division last year. So they did play their division pretty tough, which means that they're good in their division. They did add a lot of draft picks, and they're in sort of a middle of a rebuild, you know, not a semi rebuild, trying to reload, so to speak. And with that being said, they're going to be another one of these teams that down the stretch, this is a game that we should win. Yeah, they have Todd Gurley as a running back. They got, you know, Julio Jones. You know, they have I can't think of the other kid's name at the other wide receiver spot. They lost Hooper to the Browns. So they are sitting without a tight end right now. Their defense is subpar. You know, this is one of those games where you gotta win. So the reason why I gave this a win I put this as a win in the win column is because if you want to make the playoffs, these are the teams that you have to beat, and this is what I based my win-loss judgment on, because this is a pretty, you know, evenly matched, in my opinion, because we come in, you know, we're going into their house, and they do have Matty Ice. They got Todd Gurley. They got the defense. They got the receivers, whatever. But this is a game you have to walk away from with a victory, whether it be a close game or a blowout. You got to walk away with a victory. So I say the Raiders in this game walk away with the win, a surprising win. It's going to surprise a lot of people because they thought we might lose. This might be a trap game or a game we might not take serious and lose. But this is a game that you have to win down the stretch. So I'm going to say the Raiders go in and win this game 21-17.
I like that. Bringing the positivity. I'm here to tell you there's a better way. When the players balls,
you can see where my expectations are with this team right now.
I see it. I see you got them headed towards the playoffs, man.
Derek Carr in his third year with the same head coach, same offense. Mm-hmm. I'm expecting 10, 11 wins. It's unacceptable anything less.
Let's keep it real.
That you're absolutely fucking right. You're absolutely fucking right about that. It's unacceptable, bro.
Let's keep it real. Derek Carr's had the same offense since he got here. Throw the ball 7 yards, duck.
Oh.
Some fire for your ass right there.
There goes the phone.
The chat is losing its mind right now. Chat is losing its mind right now.
Phones are flying out the window, man. Just make sure you disinfect that phone before you chuck it out the window. I'm just saying, wipe it down. Look, while the Atlanta Falcons, they had a top 5 offense in 2019, even with Matty Ice stumbling in 2019, they were top 5. They were ranked just one tick above the Raiders in defense, and that was bad. I think we were ranked like 29th last year. But Atlanta gets the Raiders in between clashes against the divisional rival, the New Orleans Saints. They get New Orleans the week before and the week after they face us in 11-13. Atlanta needs this win bad. They're coming off a loss against New Orleans. I don't care. They're coming off a loss. We're headed into their house. It's not a significantly long road trip, but it's a trip regardless. I have us on the skid right now, and I'm just kind of following my pattern. Like I told you, injuries are racking up. Young players are starting to hit the wall at this point in the season. Atlanta needs this win bad if they want to stay relevant in the South. They won't. They got stiff competition this year, but they still want it nonetheless. A banged up secondary gives up big scores to Jones. Look, I saw this Atlanta team play the Raiders, and it was a different team, but it was in 2016. It was a winning Raiders team. I was at that game. I was sitting right next to Raider Kane, right up there next to the torch. It was like the second hottest Raiders game I've ever been to. It was hot that day. I mean, hot Atlanta.
I fell the fuck asleep.
He did.
Shit, it was so fucking hot. Dressed in all black.
Faded, hot, sweating. Yeah. Man, when I got to those seats, I was like, oh, man, this is cool. We got the overhang. The shade is on us. And then the sun started creeping, and that shade moved like a sundial, and my ass looked like a piece of salmon by the time that game was over. I was
Wait, was it salmon or salmon?
It was salmon, dog.
Oh, salmon.
Salmon. Dog. I think as a Raiders fan, I'm going to get that question every time I bring up salmon now for the rest of my life. But as a banged up secondary, they're going to give up big scores to Jones and company. I see this as another late season loss. The Raiders watch a shot at the playoffs start to fade in a close one on the road. The Raiders lose this one 20-27 Atlanta. I hate to say that again. This was another game when I looked at the schedule. I'm like, oh, Atlanta, we got that. But Chase said it, man. Matty Ice can get the job done, and he's going to hurt you. He's going to hurt you. You move that left hand for 1 second, Matty Ice slipping the jab, bam, and he's got you on the ropes. So I have this down as a loss, 20-27. Kane, why don't you kick off this next one? You were there with us last year in New Jersey, New York, when we faced the Jets, and here it is, week 13, lucky number 13. We go right back to the Meadowlands, the swirling winds in December, dog. Raiders at the Jets.
It's like a week after we were there, bro.
And remember, we were there. We were talking to Eddie Borsilli. No disrespect to Eddie. Eddie's a solid dude, producer over there at NFL Sirius XM. He was a solid dude, and he was like, the winds that are blowing are telling me that the Raiders are going to open up next year in New York. You guys got to come back. The weather's going to be great. It's no disrespect to Eddie. We were all going off of rumors. We've been riding off rumor fuel all off season. He was telling us what he thought he knew. We were wrong, and it just so happens, we got a lot of bones thrown our way. This was not one of them. We got a vicious back-to-back roadie here, Matty Ice, and then we're in New York in the middle or in the beginning of December. So, Kane, why don't you set the stage for us? How do you see this game playing out?
Well, unfortunately, I have this as a loss. The Raiders cannot win until you win. And this is another one of those until you comments. Until you win a game in cold weather, Derek Carr, I am not going to tell you that you can win a game in cold weather. You are the Raiders starting quarterback, which means you, obviously, the quarterback I'm a root for. I'm going to win in December in New York and the winds. And look, what they say about the Meadowlands in December, that shit is true. That wind is fucking whipping like this. And it's going in a circle.
Oh, yeah.
And it's no fucking joke. It really is going in a fucking circle.
Like the gravitron up in that bitch.
Yes, it is. And until I couldn't even sit in my motherfucking seat. I don't care what y'all say. Oh, y'all from California, y'all don't know what cold weather is. Look, that shit. My team is from California. You know what I'm saying? I'm from California. Derek Carr's from California. If I said it was cold, I know that motherfucker thought it was cold. He's from Bakersfield.
Yeah.
He's from a way hotter part of California than I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So if I think it's cold being up here in the Bay Area, he think it's cold in a motherfucker. With that being said, won't go in there until you win one, Derek. In those weather conditions, my brother, we won't win one. And I'm not saying the Jets are a better team. They're not. It's our quarterback has not won games in cold weather. That's the problem. That's what I'm lying this loss on right here. I'm lying this loss on Derek Carr before he's even played a cold weather game in 2020 because you haven't shown me that you can win in cold weather prior to 2020. So with that being said, the Raiders go in here and get blew the fuck back out again, 28-10.
Bow. There it is. Bow. Che, man, Bobby took the exit, so you got to take the reins right here.
Oh no, fuck! I didn't exit, bro. It was just that cold, bro. We was talking about New York, bro, in December.
Hey, Bobby with the steal, bro. Bobby with the steal on that one. You got to take it.
I mean, listeners, y'all don't understand, bro. Like Kenny and Kane we was there, bro.
Bro, I had the
Rona.
That
was Bobby. That was me on game day. That same fit.
That was us, right, bro. There. What are you talking about? Yeah. That was all three of us. That's how all them New York cats knew that we was a bunch of Cali folks.
I had the Rona. Like, what's your excuse, bro?
Yeah, dog. I seen somebody out there walking around in Chuck Taylors, bro. I was like, man, that guy is definitely not from California, dog. I'm like,
I was seeing females with ripped jeans on, with Converse, Chuck Taylors, with no socks and shit. White females like, what the fuck? You ain't got no, you got on jeans with cuts and Chuck Taylors and shit. I'm around here jumping up and down trying to stay warm, and you just gallivanting through this motherfucker like it's nothing. Man, yeah. I can't do that, man.
Yeah, for all the listeners out there, man, our boy Rob came with us too. My boy, this cat was so cold. He Puerto Rican. He was putting coals in his shoes, man, just trying to stay warm, bro. He was dying out there, bro.
Hot footing it, bro.
Yeah, dude. But honestly, man, I see.
I put hand warmers in my shoes, Bobby.
Yeah,
I remember.
I put hand warmers in my shoes. Y'all forgot?
I remember that, dude.
Kane was straight up. Aina Kamo's out there. He was like, nah. Here
come the hot stepper.
Hilarity aside, yeah, cold's not been our friend, and especially December 6th on Carr, he definitely runs low on that antifreeze, man. Not only that, with what Kane said, those wins, they really are no joke, bro. You when it just comes to the kick alone, we were just standing up there in the stands, man. When they was kicking, it was just going everywhere, bro. So combine the cold wind of MetLife Stadium with just the time that we're going to be out there. Yeah, no, it's going to be a loss. It's going to be a close one. It's going to be by 3, 17-20, but it's still going to be an L, man. And damn it, I actually, if I had the cash, I would have gone back to New York if it was at the beginning of the year again. Not December 6th, man, because coincidentally enough, the week after we left, it snowed. The Giants were playing there, and I was like, holy hell, dude. I'm like, we just got rain and cold. They could have been cold and snow, and it would have been bad.
Oh, that would have sent me back to the hotel. I'm sorry. That would have sent me back to the hotel. Y'all wouldn't have been able to find me after the game. Y'all had to call me on my phone. I'd have said, I made it back I'm in Manhattan. Y'all have been like, what? I've been like, yeah, nigga, I can't fuck with that cold, bro. I'm in Manhattan. Shit, fuck that game. Shit, and we losing anyway. Fuck it, you know, man.
Yeah, so that's a L right there, man, against the New York Jets, 17-20, man.
Los Jets,
a lot closer than last year, though.
Jets.
Che, man.
Oh yeah, by far.
Che, put your spin on it, man. Pull us out of this, man. What you got?
Well, listen. I wasn't fortunate enough to go and go through the pain of fucking that loss with you guys.
That's why you got this as a W, right? Is that why?
Yeah, that's right. Okay. I know you guys have PTSD from that motherfucker being out there freezing your balls off. So I could understand.
I'm still wearing my thermals, bro.
Yeah, I could understand y'all take. But no, listen. I look at this as all the stuff that you guys are saying, I look at it as a reason why this team needs to come out here and get this fucking W. Last season, this was the game that fucking set things in the wrong direction for us. It was fucking embarrassing. Okay. It was an embarrassing ass loss. And my brothers had to go over there and fucking suffer through that fucking loss. So I wasn't happy about it. I was over here. I was warm. I was watching the game on the TV, right? But
I was wearing a Snuggie.
I knew you guys were out there fucking dealing with that shit. I was like, man, these guys are fucking in the rain, freezing their fucking nuts off. And these guys are playing like this. They traveled all the way to New York for this shit. This is some bullshit right here. So I was super upset for you. And it's time for you guys to fucking turn that shit around, Raiders. Like Derek Carr, enough of this bullshit. I can't fucking win in cold weather. Get a fucking win in cold weather. And this is the game you need to do it in. Like there's no more excuses, dog. You need to, if you're going to be the guy, this is the game you need to show that you're the guy. And so I expect you to go over there and fucking avenge yourself and prove that wasn't the fucking real you, okay? Because we're having a hard time believing that that's not. Go out there and prove that's not the real you. Go get this fucking W, and I expect us to win this game 24-17. I think the Jets got worse offensively. I don't think they got better. They lost, they added Brashard Perriman, right? Who had himself a little breakout season last season, but Tampa Bay was throwing the ball up like it was fucking, like they were playing ring toss, bro. They were just throwing the ball up all over the place, man. Hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss. All those fucking interceptions and touchdowns amount to a whole bunch of fucking losses. So it doesn't really matter what your stats look like when your guy threw the fucking ball up as much as fucking Jameis Winston did. But that being said, I mean, he should be able to make something happen for them. But I look at him a lot like a Robbie fucking Anderson. I don't see him as anything special. I don't think he's some guy that's going to fucking just tear us up. He's not a number one receiver. He's a complimentary receiver. So I expect us to win this game, man. I expect this defense to come together, start to gel. That's the reason why you play these veteran quarterbacks early in the season. You play Drew Brees. You play Tom Brady. You play fucking Mahomes. By the time you get to New York, come on, dog. If you can't beat the fucking quarterback they got, then you don't deserve to be in this league. So fucking play your ass off, get this W, and prove that we can win in the cold weather. 24-17 Raiders.
Damn. All right. Okay. Bringing it. Cold-blooded animals adapt to the temperature. That's a fact. DC is not a cold-blooded animal. So, I hate to say that. This game last year happened a full month earlier in the season. And as Bobby pointed out, my man over here looking like American Ninja Warley, the snow came down after that. A lot of New Yorkers reached out to us and said, y'all be glad you got the F out of Dodge because the weather is coming down. You know what I mean? It's December. It's cold. It's New Jersey. We've seen it before in person. Again, rookies hitting the wall, injuries mounting, and the Raiders get another frigid 10 a.m. start time and their second road game in a row. It's going to take everything they have to eke out a win. The problem is they just won't have it. This is week 13. I got the Raiders losing 13-31. Yep, that's right. I said it. It's another L. My bad. Another place that you've been to, Kane, you're a well-traveled man, is Indianapolis. So set the stage here. Week number 14, the Raiders hosting the Colts. It's a 1:05 kickoff, December 13th. What you got? I think Kane's muted, or I lost his audio somehow. Doesn't show you as muted. Bobby, can you say something so I can check my audio?
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm still here. And it's pretty funny because I believe, I think it was Damage Inc. who said that when week 14 we're going to go play the, who was it? Penn State. And just because of all the helmets, like the way they made it look and everything, I was like, yeah, it kind of do look like we're going to play Penn State, man. I thought it was kind of hilarious.
Kane, speak up, man. I lost your audio. Can you say something? No, I still don't got you. You may have to leave and come back. Just leave and come back. And Bobby, why don't you take over right there? So carry on with that, man. What's your take on this game?
All right. So with that being said, with us playing Penn State, I honestly think that it's going to be a win, man. We're going to beat out Phyllis Rivers, bro. Phyllis is never getting her groove back, bro. And honestly, I think it's going to be Amik, my man Amik, the kid Dynamite, who's actually going to be out there, putting the hurting. Because the one thing that he does do very well is that he does provide a lot of less breathing room to the wide receivers. And the one thing that with minimal breathing room, Michael Pittman doesn't do so well, man. And that's one of their newest pickups as well from the draft. He's going to have a hard time, man, with the secondary that we've been able to stack up. And not only that, it's down the stretch more where these cats will have a hell of a lot more reps. They will know what they're doing. And like I said, we've seen Phyllis for who knows how many years now. We know how he operates. Once you frustrate the hell out of him, it's over with, man. So I see us taking that W in Indianapolis, man, by 14 points. It is in Indy, right? Or is it at home?
It's at home.
No, it's a home game.
Yeah,
that's right. Yeah, so we winning by 14. Hell yeah.
Nice. Che, why don't you take next, man? Che's muted too, man. We having audio issues all over the place.
My bad, dog. That's me. Because I stepped out for a second. I muted myself and I forgot to unmute myself.
It's all good.
That's my fault. Fault.
You got the floor now. Go for it.
Yeah. So look. I got this down as a loss too. A win, not a loss. What am I talking about? I got this down as a win too, but I think this is going to be a close game. Indianapolis, they made some additions, man. So the obvious one, the first one that comes to mind is they added Phillip Rivers. Okay. Do I think Phillip Rivers is the quarterback he used to be? Not at all. Okay. I think the last season we showed what Phillip Rivers Phillip Rivers is, man. We took it to him the last two games last season. So I think we got a leg up on him, man. We know what this guy's about. It's not like he's fucking new to us. He's not gonna, just because he switched teams doesn't mean that he's gonna play any different. He's got different weapons. He's got different receivers. But are they better than what he had in LA? / San Diego. I mean, he had Keenan Allen, who's one of the top receivers in the league. I don't know. I don't think his offensive core got better. You went from Eckler and Gordon to, who's Indianapolis running back right now? I know they had to go through a variety of them last season because they had a bunch of injuries. But I don't have them down as having a guy.
They got Marlon Mack and Jonathan Taylor over there, who's brand new.
When Marlon Mack's played in there, he's played well. But when he plays well. So last season, Marlon Mack was in and out. He was playing a couple games and he was out for a few games. And I know that because I play fantasy football and I had the motherfucker. So I don't fear their run game. Plus, I know that that's one of our strengths. Our strength right now, as of last season, is the run game. So I don't expect them to hurt us on the ground. They do have some weapons, like I said, through the air. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what the gel is like between Phillip Rivers and those receivers. Mm-hmm. They added Trey Burton, who I was big on the year before coming out of Philadelphia. He was coming in as the backup tight end. He had a really good season for Philadelphia. Then he goes to Chicago, doesn't do shit for them. That could be his fault, but it could also be Chicago's offense fault, right? So we'll see. He's a wait and see. We'll see if he can become a number one tight end. They added DeForest Buckner, who we know can play fucking some defense. He's a great defensive tackle. Be it that he is a fucking former 49er, we hated his guts because we hate the 49ers. But you can't deny that the guy is a force inside. And so I expect him to come in and make some noise for them. In the draft, they drafted Michael Pittman in the second round and Jonathan Taylor out of Wisconsin, the running back, in the second round as well. So they had 2 second-round picks. So you expect those guys to be starters. Or, you expect them to at least be in consistent rotation. But we'll see. They have to adapt to the professional game. I don't think that you can just say, oh, those guys are going to come in and they're going to be out of this world. So I think we win this game. I think we go in there again, chemistry, again, time together. The youth improving, becoming veterans in their second year. I think these guys are going to do what they do, and that is, like Bobby said, frustrate the shit out of Phillip Rivers, let him cry a little bit about it, He's going to throw 2 or 3 picks. And I'm hoping that our boy Meek Robertson gets one of those. I'm hoping that Arnett comes up with one of those. And I think we walk away from this. Let's say I'm going to say 28-20 Raiders.
28-20 Raiders. All right.
Can y'all hear me?
We can hear you. You're back, man. So why don't you take next, Kane?
Okay, so we went into Indy's house and we beat them last year when they was trying to make the playoffs. They was a team that was trying to make the playoffs. They was in the playoff hunt just as long as we was. With Jacoby Brissett. With that being said, we beat them. So we get them in our house this year. It shouldn't be any different. If you can beat Phillip Rivers on San Diego, you can beat Phillip Rivers on the Colts. You know, the Colts, this is a different team. They got a pretty good defense. It's not super good, but it's pretty good. The running game, like Chase said, Marlon Mack is on and off. When he's healthy, he's good. When he's injured, he doesn't play. So, and I had him in fantasy football too, bro, in a couple of my leagues. So I know, like you said, I felt that wrath. So with that being said, the Raiders win this game in a good fashion too, because it's one of these games that you down the stretch, you going into a playoff run. I think the Raiders are going to make the playoffs this year. You're going into a playoff run, and this is a game you have to have. You have to have it because it's a home game. It's the last 3 of the home games you have in the season. You have to win all 3 of these home games to make the playoffs. So with that being said, the Raiders win this game. And they win it in good fashion, showing that they will compete in the playoffs. And they beat them by a score of 28-10 in their house.
I like that. I like that a lot. That's decisive. Week 14 against the Colts. Che, is this where I tell the story about Greg Biekert stealing signs in India? No.
This is the time. Bring that back.
That's a memorable fucking game, too.
Bring that shit back.
I talk about it every year. I'll save it for week 14 when we're going to need some content.
There you go.
The Raiders are glad to be home and licking their wounds. I have them on the skid at this point, right, going into this game. But the Silver and Black, they're going to be ready for a bounce-back game against Phillip Rivers and the Colts. Rivers, he's going to be in full meltdown mode by this point. And PG, he's seen enough of Phillip to know his tendencies. So Captain YOLO bombs in the desert. Damon Arnett seals the win with a late game interception to put the Raiders back in the win column on home turf. The Raiders win 20-21 by 1 point. It's closer than it should be, but shout out to Arnett and the young group. Raiders getting back to healthy here later in the season, getting some bodies back, and they steal this one back from the Colts in Las Vegas to secure another home win to get back in the win column. So we're moving on to week 15 against the Chargers. Kane, I know your battery's draining right now, so why don't you just get in here and get your pick off, bro, just in case.
So we play the Chargers, and we play the Chargers at our first home this time. And it's no different than playing them in our second home. They still that same team. Matter of fact, they probably even worse by now. They probably, got maybe 3-4 wins at this time of the year, maybe 5. I don't see the Chargers winning many games this season. And they definitely won't beat us if we think we're going to make the playoffs. So with that being said, the Chargers do have a good defense. They do have good rush ends. You know what I'm saying? They got a safety that I wish we would have drafted, and they added Kenneth Murray. So you're not gonna you're not gonna talk shit about this defense. But at the same time, defense don't win games that an offense can't score at least 10 points in.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So if this offense, I don't think is going to put up many points this year due to the fact that they got Tyrod Taylor, and they're going to be, doing a lot of back and forth between Taylor and Herbert till they figure out what they're going to be doing. They're just kind of in a rebuild mode. And while they are in this position, we're going to take advantage of that. We better. If we don't, we don't deserve to make the fucking playoffs. So with that being said, that's a win in my column. and we're going to win this another one in good fashion. 31-21.
Bam.
Raiders.
Like that. I love the 30 plus scores. I love that. See, week 15 in Los Angeles, the Chargers get a chance to see what a real state-of-the-art stadium feels like. And y'all call it the Death Star. That's cool. Y'all call it the Black Pearl. That's cool. I'm going to call this the Thunderdome. From now on, Kenny Stapler's nickname, it's the Thunderdome. It's big. It's black. It's in the desert. It's rowdy inside. You're going to have fans throwing chainsaws to the players. It's the Thunderdome, y'all. That's what this really is. It's a Thunderdome. They may never, I said it before, the Chargers may never play another home game in the history of their franchise. They get to see what a real home team advantage looks like here. The Bolts have officially come off the wagon for LA. The Raiders get a few players back from injury, and Raider Nation delivers the electricity the Chargers don't have. Look for a re-energized Raiders squad to sweep the Chargers and get back to even on the year with the win here, 13-27, decided victory. Raiders sweep the Chargers in the 2020 season. Put the Chargers to bed. They're done. They got nothing. They're getting worse. They're getting worse over there in L.A. Che, spit some facts, bro.
I mean, you said it, dog. I don't expect us to fucking lose a game to the Chargers at home when we go into fucking LA and whoop their ass. Mm-hmm. I expect us to fucking just turn it up a little bit more. So I expect them to come in. Like you said, there's going to be, I don't know, maybe a transition at quarterback at that point. Tyrod Taylor didn't hold his own. I kind of think he won't even, I don't know. I kind of feel like the young kid might get thrown in there super early. I wouldn't be surprised we see him the first time we meet. But if he doesn't, and he is held off until, midway through the season when they realize this season's done with. We're not going anywhere. And they start to, play the players and get them experience and that kind of shit. I would expect that we see Herbert here in the second game for sure. Hair Bear. And we'll make sure to bring him a nice fucking care package with fucking Aquanet and fucking freestyle CDs, and we'll give them to him.
Some LA look styling gel.
We'll say, enjoy those while you take this ass whooping, kid. It's not gonna be nice. Okay, so I got us beating the Chargers in the second game as well, and this time it's gonna be a little bit worse, 35-17. Y'all can take your fucking sorry asses back home to LA, or maybe go try your luck with the slot machines after you take this out. That's what I
remember how LaDainian Tomlinson used to clown us and went and beat our ass and shit. Yep. We got Josh Jacobs now.
Yep.
We got Josh Jacobs now.
Yes, sir.
So we got Josh Jacobs. So we that team right now.
That's it.
Yep, that's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And there's Bobby with another wardrobe change, rocking the sun hat.
Shout out to ISO Cali, man. He asked for the sombrero, man, and I was like, you know what, we had to break that out, for the Chargers, man, because this sombrero, see how it's straw? It goes good with my straw broom because that's what's gonna happen, man. We gonna sweep these Chargers, bro. And that's it, man. Just go get your brooms, y'all. It's gonna be a 28-10, nice. 18 points. Like we gonna whoop on them because, I mean, come on, Elbert. Yeah, no, hell no. he ain't got it, and he is going in basically at this time already if he hasn't gone in already. So, yeah, no.
We should be in full playoff mode at that time of the year, y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
If we're a playoff team, we should be in full and that team is not a threat. We should go in and whoop that ass and whoop it good.
Speaking of ass whoopings, week 16, the Miami Dolphins come to town. Now, that's a long road trip for the Dolphins right there. And this is this game is to be decided. I've seen it listed as the 26th, and I've seen it listed as the 27th. There's no time slot. This game is poised for flex. It's flexible, I guess. It's a flexing candidate, if you will. By far, the biggest surprise that came to me while looking over the new schedule was to find out that the Miami Dolphins are still in the league. I thought they went the way of the dodo bird and folded with the collapse of the XFL. I seriously thought the Dolphins were gone, bro. But seriously, the biggest question is going to be which QB is at the helm. If things go right for Miami, it's going to be Tua, who they tanked for in 2019. Fortunately for us, things never go right for Miami. The Raiders' young secondary feasts in this one. The Raiders win another one at home, and their biggest blowout of the season. Get ready. The Raiders win 13-40. It's a 40 burger against the Fish. The Raiders get back on track right here. 13-40, back in the win column, one game up on the season. Do it.
Damn.
Do it.
Kenny busted out with that 40 water, bro.
That 40 water. Sprinkle me.
And see,
Sprinkle me.
Yo, shout out to Asian fucking E40, bro. Y'all see that cat?
Oh man, that dude is hilarious. I love Asian E40, him. Dog. I love Asian E40, man. I love him. He brightens my day. Give me a good laugh every day. Every time I see his shit, man.
Asian E40 taught me how to keep my kitchen clean, dog.
There you go.
If y'all haven't seen that video, go check it out.
You like a motherfucker when you go to their Twitter page and actually scroll through their tweets and start reading their fucking tweets. Yeah. You know they something special then.
Yo, his Bernie Mac impression is fucking good too, man. He's got that shit on lock.
Let's get back on track, fellas. Kane, get in here with your pick. Dolphins at Raiders. You've been to Miami. This time they come to us. What you got?
Oh, man. Okay.
Is this a trap game or what?
This is a trap game. This is This is definitely a trap game. It's not we're finna go out and win. The reason why I'm gonna say this is a trap game is because we should be getting ready we should be gearing up for the playoffs at this time. So now, being that it's a trap game, a playoff team that you know is going to win a playoff game, they go out and blow this fucking team out. They don't even think twice about this team. It's like we so fucking on fire right now that nothing y'all do, Tua or anybody else y'all bring our way, can't fuck with us because we flaming right now. We hot than a motherfucker. You can't fuck with us. And that's where I look for this team to be right now. Yes, it's a trap game, but this is a test game more so than a trap game. It's a test game to say, are you still going to be in your game? Because you know this team is probably going to be 1-15 or 1-13 at this time of the year, maybe 2-10 or 3 and whatever, 1 or 2 wins by now. You go out and you whoop this team's ass. You put up a fucking 50 burger, Raiders. If you don't put up a 50 burger and whoop this team's ass, you don't need to make the playoffs. Three home game stretch. You trying to make the playoffs. This is a garbage ass team. Before the season started, I already know they rebuilding. They don't have shit. They don't have nothing. They have a quarterback. That's it. If you lose this game because it's a trap game, because you think, well, you're not a playoff team in my opinion. You go out, you put up a fucking 50 burger on these motherfuckers.
Bam.
And you do it in fashion. 50-3.
Boom.
Raiders win.
Boom. With Tua injured on the sideline, Fitzpatrick under center. It's ugly. It's ugly. That's my hot take right there. Who's got next, Bobby or Chase? One of you guys jump in there.
Damn, dog. That was super hot take. Go for it, Chase.
Yeah, I'll go. Listen,
sweating.
I'll say this.
I gotta take this off now.
I think you guys hit it up. I think you guys were absolutely right. This is a trap game, right? And because of that, I think it's going to be a lot closer than it's going to be too close for comfort. I got us winning this game, okay?
Huh?
But
I did.
We win in a very unexpected, weird way. You would expect that we would, with all the newcomers they have on this team, with all the youth that they got coming in, that we just absolutely just wipe the field with them. But it's going to be one of those weird ass games where we should just dominate this game, and for whatever reason, the shit comes down to the last fucking seconds of the game, and we pull this off. And I got us winning 28-27. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Tua gonna put up 27 points with no receivers, no running back, no tight end, no nothing.
It's one of those games, bro, where you say there's no reason why we shouldn't dominate. There's no reason why we shouldn't dominate. And for those very same reasons, I feel like that's why this game's going to be a lot fucking closer than we think it's going to be.
You know what, Che? To your point, the Raiders always seem to struggle against the Dolphins in recent past.
Exactly. That's the other thing.
I think they whipped our ass twice on international soil. We beat them the last time. Marshawn Lynch ran through them. But even that game was too close for comfort. It was like a sloppy, awkward game. But we did win. But I see.
We beat them by 2 touchdowns, bro.
We did. But for most of that game, it was a little close, right? We pulled away late in that game, did we not?
Yeah.
I could be wrong. But you were out there, bro. That's why we won, because you were out there, dog. But yeah, no, I see where you're going with that, Che. But I respect the W. I like that. Bobby, here you are, back in your original form. With the baklava off, man. What you got, dog?
Yeah, man. Kane's take is just. I started sweating a lot, bro. I had to take that off, man. It was just too hot, bro. But just like Kane, though, I do see us pulling off a W, man. I see us winning it by 11 points, 21-10. The only reason why I feel that the Dolphins are going to be able to score is just because of their running back. And honestly, that's just it, just because of Breida. But, I mean, besides that, Tua's going to finally get to meet the nation, man. And not only that, it's going to be our home game. And so he's definitely going to realize what it is to step into the NFL for real this time, man, because they are going to have other games as well. But it's nothing like coming to the Raider Nation, man, and hearing all of us in unison screaming our heads off. And not only that, it's also going to be our last home game as well. So, everyone's going to go even harder as well, man. So I definitely see us being able to take them out by 11 points, man.
It won't be our last home game. We're going to have a playoff home game next year.
Oh, there you go. My bad. I'll take that back. I'm sorry. Yeah, Kane was right. Thank you for correcting me, Kane.
All right. So moving on here to the final week of the NFL season. This could be a playoff game right here. This could be a play-in game. Week 17 versus Denver. NFL schedule makers, they threw us a few bones. I've mentioned that a few times. However, final game in the season, it's going to be a frigid affair. And what I said is likely going to be a play-in game, the way I have it right here in my predictions. Although given a respite from the icy air, this one comes at the wrong time with too much on the line. Raider Nation watches it all fall away in the final seconds with a loss a mile high. I have us losing this game 17-20. And come back next year. But it was a hard-fought season. I have us going 8-8 on the schedule, and there were some good things to see. Every game, for the most part, competitive, minus games against KC and games against the Jets. But I think the Raiders are headed in the right direction. You're going to see a lot of flashes, a lot of highlights from these young kids, and you're going to see them get to fight back late in the season. I have them going on this run late, but just coming up a little bit short in Mile High. And that cold air, January 3rd, 52,000 feet at elevation. I just don't see us pulling this one out. It's going to be too much for these young kids in these conditions, and we'll lose a heartbreaker, man. We're gonna hold our heads high and be like, you know what, we took a step forward this year. We did. So that's what I got. Kane, why don't you get in here, man, and get your pick off week 17?
Week 17, I'm looking for this team to be gearing up for the playoffs. I think we are a playoff team with the talent we have. I think we're better than Denver. I think we're better than San Diego. Or I'm sorry, the Chargers. So
it don't matter, man. They could be anywhere, though. They're still gonna have that one fan.
Yeah, I think we're better than the San Angeles Chargers. How about that?
There you go.
There you go. Bringing the Demolition Man back, right?
So, but this is a game that we're gonna lose. It's a cold weather game. We're already a playoff team. We finally get to rest some of the players on the team. So I think you see Marcus Mariota start this game, and I think you see Josh Jacobs sit this one out. I think you see a lot of Lynn Bowden. You see a lot of the younger guys, the third round COC, the third round draft pick. I think we sit Tyrell Williams. We sit the Wallers. We see the Moreaus. You know, we see the second tier guys. We see the team how it's going to look in 3 years. 2 to 3 years from now, and we lose because Denver is better than that team.
Mm-hmm.
But we already made the playoffs.
Okay.
So, but we keep it close because we got Marcus Mariota behind center. So I say it's going to be 28-21 Denver. And it's cold weather. Marcus Mariota still, he's not good in cold weather either. So
he's undefeated against the Chiefs, though. So
yeah, that's true.
But I like that.
Yeah,
I like the thought you put into that, and you have the Raiders in the playoffs right there, and a chance to see some of these backups, man. Get them some licks in the NFL. There ain't nothing wrong with that. Get them some looks. They may have to go in the playoffs, so get them some field time. You know what I mean? Bobby, why don't you take next, and then Che, put the hammer on this and finish out the season.
All right, before I continue with my prediction here, I just want to say, what was that cat's name again, Che? The dude that was fighting tonight?
Oh, Justin Gaethje.
Yeah, he just won, y'all.
Hell yeah!
He
Oh
won.
shit!
Raider Nation.
He won in the fifth round by TKO. So see that, Raider Nation? Bam! Chalk that up to it.
Crazy. That's
right.
What's up.
So I just want to give you
got
guys
the Raider Nation vibes, bro. Raider Nation vibes, bro.
Hell yeah, bro! Everybody was out there showing love, man.
That's what's up.
So with that good news, I'm about to bum you out right quick and say that we gonna lose that last game, man. It's same thing. What Ken was saying, man. Just because of that coldness, man, and it's going all the way to Denver as well, man. It's not going to be we're going to get blown out type of thing as well. And not only that too, but also with the amount of W's that you see me stack up as well. If the season plays out the way it's supposed to, the way I think it will, like this, we'll definitely be on that playoff mentality. So I mean, by that time, the Broncos, they're honestly going to be neck and neck with a race to the bottom to the floor with the Chargers as well, man. So, honestly, I just see us just losing this one because of that, because of rest and because it's just the cold, man. And it's going to be just a 1-point game.
Okay. Che, put the hammer on this season, man.
All right, y'all. I mean, I looked at this game and I wanted to fucking put a W next to this game, bro. I still do. I still want to put a W next to this game. But I got an L here. I got an L here as well. I think for all the reasons that you guys already touched on. Fucking January 3rd, going to Mile High, playing in Denver, Colorado. I mean, we couldn't have had a worse fucking venue for the last game of the season. It's going to suck. It's going to be shitty, y'all. It's going to be shitty weather. And even if it's not a fucking blizzard out there, it's still going to be so goddamn cold that this team's going to feel it. Now, as much as I want to see Derek Carr continue success after beating New York, he lost to Denver last season, the last game of the season. So you got to show me something different, man, before I could give you that W. And I think they're going to lose this game. It's going to be a close one, but we're going to fail to score points. We're not going to lose this game because our defense didn't give us a chance to win. We're going to lose this game because we're just not getting the points up when we should. We're just not getting the points when we should. So I got this 20-17, just like you, Kenny, 20-17. And real quick, I just want to make not to like correct Kane, but I think he's confusing Ciosi for Brian Edwards. Brian Edwards was a third-round wide receiver that we drafted, right? So I think he's thinking about Brian Edwards when he said Ciosi. So just we make those mistakes here and there. We're all guilty of those here and there. But just so nobody out there is like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? All right, just let you guys know. But yeah, man, a shitty way to end the season, right? On the cusp of maybe a playoff berth, and I don't know, 9-7. Who knows? Maybe it gets you in as a wild card. I'm hoping that I'm proven wrong, And like we said, we're going to revisit these predictions. And I'm hoping that after, so many games, once we go back into these predictions, I'm going to change some of these L's to W's. We do have a solidified playoff team because I said it, this fucking playoff team, right? There's no excuses left. You should be a fucking playoff team. Mm-hmm. We're being really fucking critical and real strict on how we're giving out these wins, but we expect you to make the fucking playoffs, Raiders. We do. We expect you. We've been waiting for you guys to make the fucking playoffs. Let's do it. There's nothing to hold us back now. This is the time to fucking get in the playoffs and make some noise. Start to show that you're on the come up. So I hope that this record is not right, but right now I got the Raiders as of right now 9-7 to finish off the season.
All right, so just to recap, I got them going 8-8, missing the playoffs. Chase got them 9-7, and is saying they better make the playoffs. Both Kane and Bobby have them going 11-5 in the playoffs. So I hate to be the buzzkill of this crew. I'm just trying to I'm just trying to come down to earth, man. But 4 primetime games, a really young core, a really fast, physical, aggressive team. I think either way it shakes out, you're going to see some good games this year, and you're going to have a lot to be hopeful for when the season's all said and done. So really quick, guys, because we've been on the air a while, we did run the GROAT vote this week, and so I want to give that to you guys real fast before we get out of here. We don't have any phone calls, so I'm expecting you guys to call in next week, respond to these takes, tell us why you agree, why you disagree, and all of that, and get in there and talk about the GROAT vote too. We're going to run it back again on Monday. We're going to have another matchup for you guys. So this week's matchup, it was Dave Dalby, ranked number 6, against 11th ranked John Gruden, and we had 3rd ranked John Madden versus 14th ranked Zach Crockett. How did he sneak his way up in there? Well, he was a fan favorite. That's how. So here's the results. Was what we got right now. So this week, Dave Dalby won. He took 417 votes away from John Gruden. So 417 to John's 237. Dave Dalby with 64% of the vote. And I want to call out all you young bucks on Twitter that had John Gruden winning this by a mile. And Raider-Roo, it's on you, man. I'm not even going to say it. None of us are going to say it. Raider-Roo, call in. This is homework. Raider-Roo's going to call in and tell you why Dave Dalby deserved every bit of this and why it shouldn't have even been this close in the first place. So Raider-Roo, call in. You're a resident Raider historian, even though you're a young buck.
Goddamn right.
John Gruden ain't won shit here, man. I don't understand
we're gonna
the dick sucking of John Gruden, but okay, whatever.
Right. Thank you. And then the final matchup wasn't even close. It was a little too close, but I call shenanigans on my own website. John Madden versus Zach Crockett. John Madden took 403 votes to Zach's 169. John Madden was 70% of the vote. So John Madden and Dave Dalby both move on. And this is what the bracket's looking like right now. In that second round of the first bracket, remember, we got 4 brackets, man, and we're not even close to being done with this. So right now, the way it's shaping up, the second round of the first bracket, bracket A, is going to be Jim Otto versus Steve Wisniewski, Dave Casper versus Art Shell, Dave Dalby versus John Madden. Shit. These are some fucking matchups, guys.
Damn. No, now we getting to the real shit.
Now it's the nitty-gritty, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of y'all on Twitter were like, what's up with these bullshit, man? What's so-and-so doing in the tournament? Well, all them guys are out. I'll tell you this right now. If you feel like a guy does not deserve to be in here, vote him the fuck out. Move him on.
Yep.
Right? Get your guy into the second round. So the final matchup for bracket A, before we move on to bracket B, and C, and D, the final matchups is going to be Henry Lawrence versus Rodney Hudson, and that's a good matchup for the first round, in my opinion. Even though Lawrence should win this in a landslide, Rodney Hudson's done a lot for this team in recent years, and that's just a cool-ass matchup. And then you got Gene Upshaw versus Mo Collins. Come on. Gene Upshaw all the way, right? I already hear it on Twitter. You don't think?
No, they gonna pick Mo Collins because that's who they know. You know what I'm saying? They don't know Gene Upshaw. Ain't none of these young motherfuckers don't know nothing, man.
That's gonna be a sad day in hell.
They don't know shit.
That's gonna be a sad
motherfucker that picked Dave. The motherfucker that picked John Gruden over Dave Dalby. Go put your diaper back on, motherfucker. Ask your mama for your bottle because you're still sucking on the titty. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck out of here. You don't know what the fuck you talking about. Shit.
Yeah,
man.
That's what I'm saying. So
Kane spits hot fire.
Hot fire.
So next week we got that final matchup, and then we might move up to 4 votes a week. I'll talk to the crew about it. We got to look at the calendar. We want this to end when the offseason ends, but shit, there's still a lot of offseason ahead, so maybe we'll just take our time. But in that next bracket, you got a lot of names. You got the big nasties on defense. So we're going to be talking guys like Al Davis, Greg Townsend, Ben Davidson, Chester McLaughlin, Lyle Alzado. Bracket B has some heat in it. So, but I
hope it comes down to a Charles Woodson, Willie Brown type shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for matchups like that.
Yeah.
I'm looking for matchups like Jim Plunkett and Kenny Stabler. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah.
Those is the matchups I want to see.
Hell yeah.
You know?
So
let's get this voting down.
That's it.
We got this voting.
We guys, everyone listening, we just got to grind through these first rounds because I promise you in the second round, every bracket matchups are going to be fire. So let's just grind through it. Vote your guys through. Vote the bums out. Well, I won't even call them bums. These are Raider greats, but vote the dudes out that you think are duds or don't belong here. Just vote them out. I don't need to hear it. Quit your bitching. Just vote them out. You know,
These is the end of the roster, guys, fellas. In a situation like this, these are the number 53, 51, 50, number 50 guys on the roster, 46 through 53. And if you think 46 through 53 would start today on a team, then go put your diapers back on.
Yeah, on a team of greats. 64 names in this hat, guys. I know the Raiders' history is great and it's long, but we had some dark times too. So, you know, we had to scrape for some of these, and they're fan favorites. Everyone that's in this deserves to be in it for one reason or another, but there's those that deserve to move on much more than the others. And I hear you guys, but quit your bitching. Just speak with your vote. Hey, just speak with your vote, man. Vote them out. They don't deserve to be there.
I bet the chat is probably losing it right now. I'm not even looking. I bet the chat is losing it right now.
Man, so, you know, I know, and this is not shade, but, you know, as far as radio goes, just radio period, there's no Raiders coverage on the radio for you really right now. You shout out to the Silver and Black Today folks out there in Vegas. They're holding it down for you once a week. Respect. But you know, you see even when they had the local market, you weren't hearing a whole lot in the offseason. There's not a lot to talk about. So, you know, pat ourselves on the back a little bit. We've given you guys 3 nearly 4-hour shows in a row here, including a draft party. We're doing our best to keep the offseason alive for you guys and keep you in that Raider spirit all offseason long until we get to that opening kickoff. So we're having a great time. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Shout out to ISO Cali Raider, who has 3 females right now watching the podcast on the 65-inch big screen in the living room. He said he even brought out the cooler. He's got the ice chest chilling by the couch like a full Raider tailgate experience. So shout out to you, dog. Shout out to all you guys, Kane, Bobby,
what's up, man.
Che. I'm having a blast, man.
Hell yeah.
I miss y'all.
Shout out to the blog, bro. Don't forget the blog, brother. Shout out to them.
Yeah.
You know.
Hell yeah. Shout out to Raider Homer over there. Shout out to Oak Raider. Shout out to In One Word. Shout out to the Weatherman 303.
Jesus Jim.
Big shout out to Jesus Jim. First dude to ever like one of my comments, man.
666 Dirt Lot. All those cats out
absolutely.
there, yo.
OGs. Raider Rockstar.
Dutch. All y'all.
Dutch. Raider SF and Tahoe.
Dutch, leave those watermelons. Leave those watermelon beers, Dutch. Leave those
Raider O.
Want to see those motherfuckers.
Mark's here. Shout out to all y'all. N1 Raider. We can't forget you, N1.
Nah.
Shout out to you, N1.
Nah, not at all. Never forget.
Hey, Dutch, real quick to Dutch. Just shout out to the Dutch. New stadium, new beer, dog. New stadium, new beer, dog. Okay? That's the rule. That's the rule, dog.
Dutch is the wine, man. Dutch bring that wine. Dutch come through with that sparkling wine.
Yeah.
That good shit.
But he lives.
That shit you just can't fuck with.
Dutch,
you know what I'm saying?
Dutch, your address is in Lagunitas, California. So you better be bringing that fire when I see you again.
Right.
That watermelon shit out of here, dog. Come on,
Bring
dog.
that little something, man. Bring that little
Dutch
something.
live right
something,
down
man.
the street from Lagunitas, bro. From the brewery.
Well, I'm saying, dog.
Yeah.
Hey, Dutch, the disappointment you hear in my voice is only because I love you and I know you can do better. Do better. Bring the heat. We've given you plenty of recommendations. It's time for you to start recommending to us, dog. Be bringing them Lagunitas beers that never even hit the shelf, the straight out the brewery beers, dog.
That's right.
I'm telling you, Dutch is the wine man. Dutch, show up with some of that good wine and show these motherfuckers what you do on it. That's the wine man.
I'll drink a good
that's
glass
the wine,
of wine,
man. Yeah.
I'll drink a good glass of wine. And you know what? Shout out to 24, man. 24, Charles Woodson 24 Winery, man.
That's right.
We had their reps come by the tailgate this year, and I'll put myself on blast. I thought, Charles Woodson's got a winery that's cool. You see a lot of gimmicky wine in the store with the cool bottles and the cool labels. You get it home, it tastes like aspirin. This is one of the better bottles of wine I've ever had. The Charles Woodson wine.
Oh, you had some?
Good. Yeah, it was real good.
Yeah, dude.
Real good.
Oh, wow. Y'all all had some and I didn't get none.
You were sitting right there, dog. You were sitting right there, dog.
You were paying attention, bro. You were paying attention,
tailgate?
bro.
Tailgate, man.
You know what? I thought I remember somebody saying they was gonna come with some wine, and I must have been
It
talking.
was the rep.
You were off
Yeah.
that. You were off that Amsterdam, dog. That's what it was.
Hey, that must have been. I was just what I was going to say. That must have been one of my Amsterdam days.
Well, since you missed out, I probably need to send you a bottle, dog, because it's good. You're gonna like it, man. Put
There
that
you
with.
go.
Is it Cabernet? I like Cab. Is it Cab?
Yeah, we had the cab. I think it's the cab that they brought. So
Yeah.
Man, I got to check that out.
pair that with a nice ribeye. You'll be living like a doctor, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah,
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't know about that though, dog. You see the price of fucking ribeye right now? Come on, dog.
$15.99 a pound, dude.
Jesus Christ, dog.
That's ridiculous.
I
won't be buying fucking steaks for another year, bro.
It's gonna cost you $20 for one steak. That's more than they charge in a fucking restaurant.
I got 4 12-ounce ribeyes in the freezer right now.
Yeah, you do.
You know what?
You do.
Beef liver is $1.50 a pack. I'm just saying. I'm on that too, dog. I'm on that.
I'm about to say some funny shit. I went to Grocery Outlet like about a month ago, and they had some ribeye steaks on sale in Grocery Outlet. Some shit you don't see all the time, and they look really good, nice and marbly, nice and good. They weren't too thick because I don't really like my steak hella thick. You know what I'm saying? So they was like, I want to say about a half inch, a little under a half inch thick. I bought like 6 of them motherfuckers. Nice. I got them in my refrigerator right now.
Nice.
And they had some black tiger shrimp on sale too. Some nice, good looking black tiger shrimp. I bought 3 packs of that shit. I'm waiting on the next motherfucking. Yeah. I'm waiting on something to come through. I don't want to eat it by myself. I just want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make steak and shrimp and baked potatoes and salad and shit all by myself to just sit down and eat.
Turf,
you know what I'm saying? Huh?
Surf and turf.
Get that surf and turf. Get your surf and turf on, King.
I'm waiting on it. I'm waiting on us to get back to normal, man. Maybe I can share it with somebody because, man, I ain't trying to do that by myself.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
We still got to come christen that house. And when we do, I'll bring in a bottle of that good, that 24. And we're going to
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Ooh, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's do that, man. We'll podcast from your house, dog. I'll bring the whole tailgate rig out there. We'll settle in. You cook dinner, and I'll bring the wine.
We'll do that.
Bobby, bring the smoke, and Che. Just
bring I wanted y'all to come for Super Bowl Sunday.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
I know. Look, let's do some shout outs real quick. Let's get the hell out of here, man.
Shout out.
It's time to do some catch up. We got some shout outs. Subscribe to us on YouTube. We will shout you out on the show. So here's some YouTube shout outs for y'all. Stamatis Sandas. Shout out to Ken Dog or Chen Dog. I don't know how you say it. Shout out to Ultra Bat, Ultra Fantastical Worldwide. Shout out to Raging Crocodile. I had a Raging Crocodile. I had a Raging Croc last night. I've been locked up in this house way too long. Shout out to Dreamy Smalls. Shout out to Javier Penalosa.
Shout out to Gavin Newsom.
Shout out to Chaka Porter. Shout out to Diego Lopez. Shout out to Heart Times Lion, John Joe, Easy Raider. Shout out to IR Hero 209. Shout out to Jose Carsolio. He needs TP for his bunghole. Shout out to Pavel Nikolic. Shout out to T Berry. Shout out to New Zealand Raider. Shout out to Ryan, Leander Green, Somerset Raider, and Earl Butler. Thanks for subscribing. Those of you in the chat right now, I'll remind you, hit the subscribe button, hit that like button.
Hell yeah. it.
Yeah, let's do it, guys. That's it for this week's show. Tune in every week wherever podcasts are found. I'm Kenny Stapler, joined this week by
Your boy
Big
Chet.
Cat.
Bobby Wasabi.
Big Kane, as he said.
Big Kane. Sorry about that, Chad. I didn't mean to cut you off, bro.
So good.
That's all good. I was done, dog.
We got to work that out. It's much harder with all these video screens. It's all good. Stay safe, everyone. Until next week, keep the wind in your sails and the rum in your mugs. And pillage on, Raider Nation. This has been a product of the Crow's Nest Podcast Network. We out here. Peace.
Like a freight train coming, you're blowing the town.